All right. Oh, those are so sexy. Look at how nice that looks. Go ahead and shut the door so that we don't have the picture of us in there. All right, that looks. Oh, fucking these cameras look so good.
What's that?
These cameras look so good. I'm just watching what did happen. So if there's any mistakes, like luckily we missed 3 hands instead of 15 minutes.
So okay, that's a good view. I like that view. Can maybe get a little lower to get their face a little bit more? Or maybe not. The overhead fog man is dope.
right, let's see. First of all,
We live?
we are live. They can hear us. I'm going to jump on and turn on the... Eric Anderson has shared the stream. That was me. All right. Why isn't the webcam working? Webcam. What if I turn off the screen capture for a second? Nope.
It could be behind. Remember when we were...
No, that's what I was thinking, but let me deactivate that and then activate it.
And nothing.
Nothing. Dun, dun, dun. All right, we are in the chat. We've got about 5 minutes to go. We've added 7 cameras. We've added 3. We had 4. We've got 7 now. And we're going to play a super friendly 1-2 game, $500 max buy-in. The volume is too low. Okay, hold on just a second. Tell me about that. What do you think about that? Give me just a few seconds, Tammy, and tell me how that sounds.
How does that sound?
Bum, bum, bum. I don't know why. I wonder if the webcam's unplugged. Let me unplug it quickly. Do you watch Letterkenny?
No.
All right. So you got to watch Letterkenny. I thought about asking you that earlier when you would say real quick.
Touche.
Hey, real quick. There's a whole bit about when you want someone to do something without asking.
There we go.
You just say real quick.
Okay.
And they'll just do it without thinking about it. And he goes, like, watch this. Hey, hand me your wallet real quick. And the guy goes, okay. And he hands him his wallet. And he gives it back. And he goes, okay, now hand me your wallet. Well, why? I just handed it to you. I mean, what is the point? Hey, can you hand me your wallet real quick? He goes, okay. He goes, see, just say real quick and people will do it.
Touche.
Hey, just real quick. I thought of that when we were working today and you said something about real quick. And I was like, that's a Letterkenny term.
Yeah.
All right, there it is. Camera's working. We've got 4 minutes left to go live. This is Eric Anderson and Eddie Batinga, the Asian sensation, in the booth.
Good to be back. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been in the booth.
Yeah, you've been grinding.
Winning
rings? Was that a ring event?
It was not a ring event, but
No.
I can proudly say that I'm a WSOP circuit title holder now.
Was it called a WSOP event?
Yeah, it was a legit event.
It wasn't like a prelim poker executive tournament. It was a WSOP event.
It was a WSOP
That's
event.
awesome.
So
even without the ring, that's still awesome.
Yeah, And I didn't realize, winning Badugi, I didn't realize when I went heads up against Rebecca Thompson, she was the reigning champion.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that heads up match was about 1 hour, 40 minutes.
I heard that.
It was rough. I actually almost punted because I was so tired. And it's a triple draw. So at Badugi's a triple draw game.
Right.
And ace through 4.
So like a $200 buy-in?
$200 buy-in. Ace through 4, all different suits is the nuts. And
you get 5 cards or 4 cards?
4 cards.
4 cards. Okay.
4 cards. And so I bet, she 2 bet, I 3 bet, and then she 4 bets me. And I look at my cards thinking I had a 6-high Badugi. And I did, but I had pocket 6s.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and so I fold, and I was down to like 3 big bets.
Oh, so you had a pair of 6s, which is bad.
Yeah. So
King high beats you.
Yeah, and so I didn't realize it, and I looked back then when I was like, man, she had 4 bet the entire night. So I had to like go back and look, and I was like, man, I have 6-high Badugi, and I was like, I don't have 6-high Badugi because I have pocket 6s. So
is that a common mistake, or is that just sleep deprivation?
That was definitely mental sleep deprivation.
Okay.
So, but luckily I recovered and ended up shipping that one. It was small field.
So you said you had 4 big blinds. How many, like in relation, did she have 10 or did she have like 100?
No, she probably had like.
What were the blinds at that?
I don't remember, to be honest with you, but I know I probably had like 3 or 4 big bets, and she probably had 11 or 12.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like she had 20.
Yeah, but 12 and that late, it's pretty substantial. So 3 or 4 big bets is even not that bad heads up. So, but no, I recovered very nicely. So
I am super excited. Tammy says waiting for the Asian Sensation merch.
Yeah, I'm thinking about coming out with it. We'll see what happens.
It's coming.
No, so I was talking to her and I said, I have like some fun sayings like Yahtzee, ship it, and a couple other things. So maybe I'll brand those. Tammy, thank you for liking the stream.
Now, did you like it on Facebook or on YouTube? I want to know what the parameter is because she's talking on YouTube.
I don't know. That's something that we don't worry about.
I need to learn more about that.
Yeah, me too as well.
So learning more about stuff, we're going to have a bunch of new players at this game that
Yep.
we haven't seen on the stream. That's what I love about Poker House Dallas is you don't need $50,000
Yep.
to sit down and play a live stream. You don't even need $5,000. These players are buying it for a maximum of $500.
Some of them even bought it for like $300-400.
A couple of guys bought it for $300, which is pretty standard. If you go to just touch either one of them, what happens? So here's a glitch that we just noticed that you guys are going to see in 15 minutes. The new cameras, we have so many cameras
Yep.
that when we switch them, before it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seats, 7, 8, 9. So there would be like 3 seats per camera. So it would take a while to switch. Now everybody's almost got their own camera. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now it's moving faster. And I think we're going to have more problem with the ATEM switch locking up. So we're going to have to constantly keep an eye on that just for that reason. And we just saw it lock up and we fixed it immediately. So in 15 minutes, you're going to see that glitch. That's something we really have to work on the software. But yeah, we're going to have a bunch of new players sitting here. And let's listen to them for just a little bit. I'm going to turn off our camera.
And let us know what you think. I know tonight is a little bit of a test stream to kind of check these new camera angles out. And leading up to this, we ran a little mini in-house stream.
Little 4-person 10K starting
on,
stack, sit and go for an hour.
But this is our first cash live stream with all 6+ cameras with the overhead flop cam. I know we did some tournaments with over flop cam.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think in the chat.
Speaking of new people, Pinball and Beer, I've never seen you in the chat before.
You're going to see Dan Simone. He is crazy good. Dan Simone's terrible.
Dan's in the 1 seat. He just sat down.
Oh, that's not Dan Simone.
Okay.
He's terrible. No, Dan Simone is a good. He's been in the booth with me a couple times. He's a good guy.
Okay.
Yeah, you see one of our cameras out to the floor.
I like that shot. I turned it off because I don't want to show it too much.
Yeah. And we're still trying to figure out the sequencing of all this stuff. So let us know what you think about the views. I made some notes about zooming in some cameras, lowering some cameras, and getting some better angles of some players. But a lot of these players are going to really enjoy this stream.
Yeah. We have Brandon in the box. He's one of the lead floors here at Poker House Dallas. And I'm going to turn down the table mic just a little bit. The dealer pushes at 6 p.m. and these guys were ready to go at like
5:45.
Yeah, about 5:45. So Brandon was sitting there and I'm like, hey man, can you jump in the box for 10-15 minutes before they push through? And I would expect problems, but I didn't hear anything. Let's see if we can see any problems because he's never been really trained on the live stream table. I love that shot. Look at how cool that is.
Yeah, you need to square that one up for 4, 5, and 6. Again,
Yep.
Let us know what you think about the camera angles, the volume, us here in the booth. We had heads up to the flop here. Dan in the 1 seat, opening king, queen. Flopping open ender, backdoor diamond. Oh, no diamond. Mark with ace, jack, top
pair, top kicker.
In position. Let's see if he's going to raise or just flat.
Oh, he raises big.
Probably looking to deny some equity. There are some straight draws, some flush draws out there.
And Mark's one of the players that bought him for 300. So he puts a third of his stack in the middle with top pair, top kicker. Oh, the 9 gets there.
And get there. Honey. Rips the turn and get in there.
Yeah, he does rip it in with top pair, top kicker. Yep. So that's all we're going to see of Mark. He bought him for 300, played just a few hands, and went out with top pair, top kicker against a straight draw. The straight draw hits, and we're going to get a new player.
I think for the first few hands here on the stream, you're going to see a little bit.
I was going to say you're going to see some timid action.
Yeah.
Because people are like, they're like nervous and they don't want to look dumb on the stream. So they fold a lot more than they should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to modify these cameras so we get better face-on views. Right now we're up too high looking down.
Yeah.
And if you're wearing a cap, I really can't see you. So we're going to have to modify this.
Again, this is our first stream. This is our first cash stream
with the new setup.
I know you've done some overhead flop cam with 4 cameras last week, late last week, but last night we stayed up here. We probably worked 4 or 5 hours, dropping in the cables, mounting everything, kind of mini testing them out, and then today. So again, post stream we'll make some adjustments so that the next stream will be more viewer friendly of the table. Speaking of YouTube and next stream, you know what? I'm wondering why we're not seeing any Facebook stuff. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna you keep track of the action. Yep. I'm gonna see why Facebook's not working, why we're not seeing the Facebook chats. And it looks like we're gonna go multi-way this pot. Shane with ace 4 offsuit, Dan ace jack offsuit, Nathan with pocket 3s, 2 clubs and a spade. Nathan still with the best hand with pocket 3s. Checks around the flop, 6 of spades, now bringing in 2 flush draws, some additional straight draws. I believe whoever takes the betting lead here is probably going to win this pot.
Same thing? That's fine. That's fine.
Jason leading out, betting 35 into a small pot of 41, going to take down the pot. Again, pure aggression there working. Sensing the weakness on the turn, taking over the betting lead on the turn. Takes down the pot. How come I can hear myself in the mic?
Oh,
because that's in the
yeah, because I pulled up the Facebook thing to see if there's any comments, and nobody's commenting in Facebook.
Oh, so you're typing to see?
Yeah, so I pulled up the video, and we can hear it through the computer. So I just posted "sounds great" on Facebook.
I was like, Danielle's in this.
And nobody's chatting in Facebook. In just a second, we're going to see Danielle chat and say "sounds great." So perfect. So Facebook's working, just nobody was talking. I thought something was broken.
Tammy, are you DJing on both Facebook and YouTube? I'm just kidding.
She heard me. He's probably playing the stream on the phone. LOL. On the computer, actually, but you were correct. So Shane this is a 500 max buy-in. And at the other tables, it's also a 500 max buy-in. One of the players who was on the list to move has ran his 500 up to 800. So Brandon came in and said, is it still 500?
It's correct.
Or can he bring his 800? I said, if he bought in for 500, ran it up to 800, he has to bring it in. 192. Wow.
His stack's showing 2. There you go. It gets corrected.
All right.
So he's going to ship his whole stack with pocket 8s. Squeezing out of the big blind. Going to get everybody to fold and pick up a little bit of dead money. Pick up $45.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Excellent.
Was that a different Dan? That's not the Dan. That's not Dan Simone.
No, the Dan that we have is in the 1 seat.
Right. Okay. For the record, I wasn't making fun of that Dan.
We don't know that Dan.
I don't know this Dan. For the record.
He probably plays fabulously.
Yeah, my bad, Dan.
And he's got a stack of whites in front of him, so he's already picked up some pots.
Yeah, and so like I said, we're work through our issues on this stream. Definitely noticing some of the camera angles being a little
too high.
A little too high, too angled.
Did it catch again?
No. Okay. Dan opening under the gun with ace-6 suited. A Kelf. Cold calling with 4. Shane, middle position, calling with
ace queen,
ace 10 club, going back all the way around to Lee, who 3 bets, I believe, to 60.
Nice, I like it so far.
I like this move out of the small blind, blocking a lot of premium type holdings, blocking ace king, blocking pocket aces, blocking pocket queens. Probably going to get all the players to fold. Maybe going to get Shane to call with a suited ace.
Yeah, I would say I would call an extra 50. There's 142 in the pot now. Well, they've got chop outs with the deuce. Lee's got the backdoor nut flush draw.
And I like the C bet here from Lee.
Love the C bet from Lee.
This is definitely.
I think it's gonna work.
He has the range advantage on this board because there's not too many hands that Shane's gonna have here that contain a.
That connect with 3, 4, 5.
And again, Lee
He was
has
so small.
yeah.
I-
Lee has the nut flush blocker,
Yep.
but also also has gutter to the straight. Bet small, block bets on the
He's
turn.
really betting small. He went 25 on the flop and then 30 on the turn.
Interesting bet size here from Lee.
What's his thought process? Is they just blocker bets,
Yeah, and like, I've talked
or
about
are they
block.
value bets?
I've seen them both, and it's player dependent.
Right. This is something. This is like hand, 6. So this is something they're gonna have to figure out. The stream is gonna go for 3 hours. We're gonna stream from 6 to 9 tonight, Joseph.
And
I
Shane's-
love it.
Shane sensing weakness. I like the raise. Oh, like the raise there on the river.
I think what probably happened is it went check bet. Yeah, it did. So Craig was behind on the action. Shane called the flop. Shane called the turn bet. When the 9 river comes out, Lee checks and Shane bets 90, and this has got to be a fold for Lee. He's got the best hand, but the way Shane played that's a fold.
Yeah.
With
And
ace queen. Oh, and he shows the bluff. I love it. Oh, I love it. You can't call with ace queen though. Another $30 bet, and I wonder what Shane does.
Yeah, and here's the thing. That's the run out on the Turner River is definitely a run out that favors Shane's.
Yeah, in the the
defending
limp-
range from a
yeah.
from a small blind 3-bet,
Yeah.
and so
agree.
on the small bet on the flop and the small bet on the turn, and I'll check on the river sensing weakness.
For
and-
sure,
yeah.
for sure. I don't. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't hate. We're not doing bomb pots on this table. It takes way too long.
I think they tried one earlier.
They did, and they messed it up because the dealer didn't know how to do it correctly, and then we had to restart it, and it took way too long. I just don't like it in this situation because
Right.
of all the stuff we have to do. And in Texas, we do not rake.
Correct.
There's no, we do not rake from the pots. The players instead pay a membership fee, anywhere from $10 to $13 an hour, depending on
Right.
how much they buy in for. And if a hand takes 10 minutes because the dealer's messing up or because it's just a confusing hand, you're losing 3 hands that you could have played of Holdem for the same price, and you're paying by the hour. So I prefer not to do something that takes
Right.
too much time, in my personal preference. Anywhere else in the country, they're raking a couple of dollars, $6 to $10, whatever it is, out of every pot. Here they don't do that. All the money. Wow. Jason flops the flush draw. Lee has a backdoor nut draw, so he needs running hearts.
Jason leading on the flop here with a second nut flush draw, but Lee having the nut flush blocker. I didn't pay attention to the...
Jason made it 20.
Yeah,
Jason
okay.
raised 15 pre-flop. Lee calls. Jason makes it 20 on the flop, and Lee makes it 95. He actually went all in.
Yeah. And the Jason's, I think, is going to have to call with the second nut flush draw.
Yeah, for sure.
And Lee holds
ace
up.
high just wins.
Lee beginning to chip up here after getting it all in. Jason probably looking to add more chips on to get to the full 500. Looks like he has about 400.
I'm not sure what happens. I think he decided he doesn't want to play on the stream anymore. That's strange. I think after watching one orbit, he went, I don't want to play with these guys.
Must be.
These guys are calling off with, these guys are shoving with ace high. I'm not going to play with these guys. I'm going to go play somewhere else.
We got a couple open seats.
Yep.
And I think that angle, yeah, I think we definitely need to adjust the camera angles to go a little lower to get their faces a little better. So, again, viewers in the chat, let us know. I like this camera angle on 1 and 2. And that angle is a little too zoomed in there.
Yeah, we can zoom these out a little bit. I don't hate the zoomed in though.
1 fold, 1 call, 5. 2 fold. 3 head. 3 check. 1 check. 3 check. 8 check.
Checks around the flop on the ace high board.
1 bet 10. 3 call.
Shane with the best of it, flopping 2 pair, but Dan also having a 3 as well. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me still? I feel like I'm not as loud.
How's that better?
I guess. That sounds better.
Okay. So we've got it set up that when the flop cam is out, the overlay goes away
I got you.
so that we can see the whole board.
That makes sense.
And when there's an all-in and a call, the dealers have to know to pull the cards in so we can see what they are, because all of the graphics go away in that situation. I can program it to leave them on there, but I like it to go away.
That's fine. I was wondering why it went away for a second. I was like, oh.
He's like, we just lost everything. It'll come back. This is your first time in the booth with the flop cam.
Yeah.
Right. I was
I
wondering
mean,
why
this is the first time we've had all these cameras, so
that's new.
definitely going to be really cool once we get all this stuff squared away and the camera angles correctly. Again, wanted to use this evening as an opportunity to kind of see where we're at.
Yep.
9 bet 15. 1 fold.
Nathan makes a 15 with king 10 in the cutoff. Action's going to fold around to Lee in the hijack. He's going to make the call with queen 10. I busted the WSOP seniors event against queen 10 when he turned straight on me.
Nathan going to c-bet his entire range there. They're opening.
And he's got to be afraid of the ace having the king.
Not anymore.
Oh, not anymore.
There are spades, but I believe he has a. Well, he does not have a spade.
No spades.
Probably could size up here.
9 bet 35.
I like it. 53 in
Yeah.
the pot. He bets 35, and it's going to get through.
That's about 2/3 pot.
Nice.
Very value-sized bet.
Well played, Nathan. I don't hate Lee's call at all. If the turn's not the king of spades, if it's like, you know, the 4 of hearts or something, I wonder if Lee tries to steal it representing the ace. That's going to be something interesting.
No, I don't think he does because.
You think you just check?
Yeah,
folds
I think he's going to check
Anyway?
fold there, especially if he double barrels there.
when he doesn't hit the jack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that's assuming that with the second king coming out on the turn. I don't know if Nathan's gonna double barrel there. Again, I
No.
don't want to give my strategy away, but I would double barrel there on ace high board.
I would also. Pinball and Beer said Dan is a beast, and he sat down with 500 20 minutes ago. He's got 800 now.
Yeah.
So in a 1-2 game.
For the record, when I was talking smack about Dan S, that's not the Dan
Different
S.
Dan S.
Super different Dan S. I thought it was Dan Simone, who plays Duck Stream on Thursday.
Yes, yes.
And has been in the booth with here.
Big fan of Dan.
Yeah. I also need to make a note to kind of slow down the action so the cameras can rotate.
Yes, but at the same time, we might have to just do something different.
Right. And again, viewers in the chat, let us know what you think about some of the new toys that we added. Again, before we had 4 cameras strictly on the players and certain seat numbers. We have now added. Now we have a total of 7 cameras. The camera 7 is not in play, which is the camera that takes a shot of the floor.
I can turn it on and we can see it in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
If we
I think
wanted to.
I think I've asked if there's a way like every 20, 25 hands. You know, every 25 hands or so that it just pops up from there.
Just hit the 7.
Oh, here.
I mean, not right now because it would be in the middle of a hand that we
Right.
don't know about. Let me try something.
Yeah, instead of like going to overhead flop cam.
Right. All right.
Looks like we have a new player getting added on,
And this guy
taking over the 7th seat.
Sounds good.
What do you think about the overhead flop cam? Looks super sweet.
I love it. I love the overhead flop cam, and I love the 456 cam.
10, 9 bet 10. One call 10. 2 bet 45. 3 fold, 5 fold, 6 fold.
So seat 9 is Nathan. He makes it $10 with the ace 7. Dan in the hijack calls $10 with the same ace 7. Michael 3 bets with a 10-9 suited, and it gets through. I love that.
Yeah, and that's definitely a hand that you can 3-bet with. So the suited can air. A lot of players, especially at this level at 1-2, don't like to use those hands as 3-bet bluffs.
No,
That's a hand that I like to mix in every once in a while as a 3-bet bluff.
I love the suited connections. I can do that with like
Jack 10 suited,
6-7 suited. I love it.
10-8 suited. I've done it with 10-8 suited before. Jack 9 suited before. You know, because those are hands that play well post flop, especially if you're in position or even out of position. Action to Lee under the gun.
9 bet 10.
Nathan opening King Jack offsuit.
3 fold. 5 fold.
Kale gonna call with pocket 6s. Oh, JC new to the table with pocket aces, looking to probably 3-bet out of position.
Oh, this is going to be really difficult because he's new. They're not going to know what to expect from him.
45. It's a little bit of a small bet, being out of position to an EP
10
position.
to 45, I think that's perfect.
Generally speaking, when you have an open from early position and a late position
In a
flat.
1-2 game, he's so strong. I don't want to blow everybody out right away. You know, you've got the hijack raising, and if he knows Michael at all, Michael's been on our 2-5 stream. He's even played on our 5-10 stream. So he's probably, without knowing anything else about anybody else, he's probably one of the better players at the table.
I like this check back by JC. He has the ace of diamonds blocking up, and also knows that Queen 10 is a board that definitely favors Mikhail's defending range.
Wow, this is going to be tough. If Mikhail, I think it's Michael. I asked him.
Oh, I thought it was Mikhail.
Well, we called him Mikhail for a whole stream.
Oh, did we?
And I asked him. He said, "Is Michael?" And well, he kind of shrugged, like, "Yeah, Michael, Mikhail, same thing. Probably tomato, tomato."
Flop goes check, check, as well as the turn. Now that the board is double paired, JC is going to lead the river for value, betting about 45% pot.
Well, the problem is Michael's. Oh, I was going to say he's got to bluff at it because he's playing the board.
Yeah, and I like this bluff.
Yeah, I do too because he can't win. He's got 3 pair.
Yeah. Now, if he bets turn there,
he might be able to steal it on the river.
With the line that he took.
Hey, speaking of Dan.
Yeah, that's the Dan Simone I'm talking about with the UT shirt in the background. That's that Dan S I was talking about. See, I thought he was the Dan, and he very well may be the Dan S.
He might be, and that makes me feel better. All right, so I turned on the camera for just a couple of hands. I'm going to go back and turn it off now. So in 15 minutes, we're going to see that new camera.
Gotcha.
All right.
And again, thanks for joining us here. First cash live stream with all the new cameras in play, specifically the overhead flop cam.
This is a person that Brandon came back and asked me and said, "Hey, this guy bought in for 500. He ran it up to 800. Can he take it to the table?" And I said, "He has to take it to the table. That's the rule."
That's the same game.
Yeah, you can't. It's unethical to not take it to the table. You have to. You can't go south. You can't pocket your chips and not keep them in play. So he has to keep them in there. Derek Stevens likes the stream. Thanks for watching, Derek.
Again, we have Buck in the box dealing. We're going to have, in this 3-hour stream, we're going to have 3 different dealers. Locking them in for an hour at a time.
Yeah.
Who's asking that question? Oh, Ron. I think that's Ron.
Yeah.
So Ron is the guy from Oklahoma.
Okay.
So he's I think he got off work early and decided to drive down here to play. So
Fun. Oh, Michael with the Kings now.
Dan's probably going to open a Jack 9 suited. Very good hand.
12.
Yeah.
That's what I like making it 12 right there.
Mikhail's going to make the 3-bet.
35. Nice.
About 3x.
I think Shane would have called for 12, but 35 and 3-bet's just a little too hard.
And that's the
in
thing.
middle
When you're opening under the gun +1 and there's a 3-bet right behind that, you know both players are significantly strong.
Right.
Right. You don't see those types of opens and 3-bets.
Under the gun and
Yeah.
+1 and +2.
Right. So both taking strong lines with their respective hands. I'm gonna see a flop.
AC deucey. It's a kid's game.
Yeah. Mikhail probably not too worried about the ace. With 2 aces on the board, gonna reduce the combinations of ace X holdings that Dan has. A flop goes check check, and a 6 of heart comes out, and Dan's gonna take over the betting lead on the turn.
That's a small bet. 35.
Brings in a 4. Let's see if one of them is gonna take a stab here. If it's gonna go check check.
Well, Dan has to take a stab
Yeah.
because he can't. And it has to be big.
That's about 2/3 pot.
What an ugly board. What a great play by Dan.
Board texture definitely not
It's
favoring.
so bad for King.
Yeah, for
that
King.
doesn't have a heart. So bad. Do you think he calls? I can't. You can't, right? $100.
I think the fact that Dan took over the betting lead on the turn, and then barreled on the river about 2/3 pot.
That story makes sense.
That's pretty value-y.
I think that was a great play by Dan. And I mean, Michael's gonna fold because he just tried to bluff at it with 6s and lost a couple $100. And so he's, you know, even if you don't believe he has an ace, he might accidentally have any freaking heart.
Yeah.
So,
Killing the tank.
yeah, he can't call.
So he was telling us before the stream started that he has a YouTube channel and he makes the call.
He does call. Wow. I'm folding there.
Yeah. What a hero call.
Yeah, Dan, that works for me. I mean,
Very believable line by I totally forgot we had the sound effects.
so did I. That was our clapping sound effects. I accidentally did the laughing, but I got to give Michael the applause for making that call.
Because he has all the hearts there, right? He may not have
I mean, that's if you're
ace X,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, he Dan is definitely betting any heart. I mean, I'm putting any heart beats you. He could have been, had a pair of 6s with the 6 of hearts, or just anything.
Right.
So I'm definitely folding if I'm Michael.
Hero call by him.
Such a hero.
Again, some new viewers in the chat. Thank you for joining in the Poker House Live here in Dallas, Texas.
Hey, speaking about viewers and chat, you still owe somebody a couple
I
$1,000.
do. So let's talk about that at the end, the conclusion of this hand.
Sounds great. Shane with pocket 7s in middle position makes it $15. Vic's gonna call. Our new player Vic with, what's he have? He has 6, 7, 8. He's got at least 800. Yeah, when that moves so fast, I want to check the ATEM.
Yeah.
It's good though. Deuce, ace, deuce. Yeah, touch one of them. And yeah.
Oh,
So- So what happens is Craig has to tell Buck to hold on a second so that he can catch up. Something got messed up, and he's got to try to catch up now. And if Buck doesn't know that, Buck's just going to continue running the game like he should. So, Craig, if you're watching this later, you need to get better about telling the dealers to stop so you can catch up.
I'm trying to talk about it on the last screen. Momentary lapse. 60.
Shane's going to continue to take the betting lead on turn, double barreling here.
I just realized Vic flopped 3 deuces.
Yeah.
And so he's got a boat, which isn't as happy when Shane keeps betting. Shane could easily have an ace right now.
Yeah, a really small bet there.
I got 2 sevens. Is that any good? That's no good. I have a deuce, sir. And the rich get richer.
Vic putting out a little bit of a block bet there on the river. Knows that if he's not going to raise without an ace there, but definitely could have deuces in his range. I mean, he had 2-3 suited.
Vic
Shouldn't have
Vic
two.
just called the whole time.
Right. I'm saying.
Oh.
There's not many 2x combos that Vic that Vic can have there other than ace deuce suited and 2-3 suited. Right. He won't be calling down with king deuce suited, especially in early position. So really, it's limited to ace deuce suited, which there was already 2 aces on the board. So it only leaves two combos of ace deuce suited, and then 2-3 suited, which leaves 2 combinations of 2 because there's 2 twos on the board.
Yep.
So.
However, this is Texas, and it's a 1-2 game.
And you're absolutely
Your
right.
ranges go out the window.
Right. And sometimes I have to forget that if
Yeah.
you're playing 1-2.
7 bet 20.
No, 8 bet 20.
8 call.
Oh, 7 bet 20?
Interesting
Okay.
non-3 bet from Lee out of the small
Yeah.
blind. Definitely a hand that functions really well out of the small blind because you really don't like playing pocket jacks out of position, especially to a late position open.
Right.
A lot of times people in late position like to make these types of bets to kind of squeeze out limpers.
Right. This is a good flop for Lee.
Yeah.
Does he lead here? Does he dunk bet?
Yeah.
I do.
8 bet 30.
I'm going to bet about 35%, 40% pot.
And I say dunk bet, that's not meant to be an insult.
And for those
It's
of
just
you
called dunk bet.
yeah, if you are not the pre-flop aggressor and you are the first one to act post-flop as the non-pre-flop aggressor, that's called donk betting. Shane with the speculative call, going to float with an ace and an 8. I think JC has to let go of his hander based off action.
Yeah, for sure.
7-4.
And that's why we dunk bet. To deny equity from the king.
Oh, that would have got there, but
Check.
That's a great bet by Lee.
3 bet 50. All in.
Oh, man.
and the check
Oh.
jam all in.
Yes, he had a very he was very knowledgeable about his stack size, and he had 150. So he played it perfectly to check shove.
And on this board texture, there's not too many check jam bluffs that he has there. Now, what's really, really interesting is that he didn't 3-bet jacks out of the small blind.
Right.
Elects to
agree.
lead the flop and then check jam turn. It's a non-conventional line that you really don't see on a regular basis. Now, obviously, with Shane having relatively no backdoor equity, with the exception of an ace and an ace only,
Right.
it's going to have to lay it down here.
Yeah.
Wisely laying it down. All right, so for those of you in the chat a few weeks ago, while I was in the booth to encourage new subscribers to our YouTube channel, I encourage new subscribers that subscribed on YouTube Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I said, hey, if I
Yeah, we were hosting, for those of you who don't
Yeah.
know, a $500 buy-in tournament called Danielle's Birthday Bash that had a $250,000 prize pool, and Eddie and I were commentating for the first few days, and he said, "Here, let's do this. Let's webcam this."
yeah, and so basically what I said was, hey, to encourage subscribers, new subscribers
In
'cause
YouTube.
in YouTube, I think at that point you were just like 580, 590 or something like that.
I don't even know.
Just
if
under
it was that
600.
high. Was it?
I said that I was going to give away 5% of my profit
Right, before you played.
before I played. Now, I did not fire anything on Thursday because we had tried to set some stuff up, reset everything up, And again, just to encourage new subscribers, it so happened that I ended up shipping the tournament and winning the
Oh, you
tournament.
just fast forward all the way to the ending.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could go all into the dynamics of it. But anyway, I fired 2 billets on Friday. Didn't go well. Didn't play well.
You won a $50 flip.
Yeah, so I fired 2 billets on Friday. Did not play well in the morning. Wasn't very happy with my play. Saturday came in, and I fired the first bullet. I played well, considering that I didn't have very good cards. And I actually bought in at the end of registration. So I had about 20 big blinds. And I snuck into day 2, barely. I think I started the day. I think there was 56 people that made day 2. 4 of those were double bags, and I started the day off 48th in chips. Had a really nice little sun run when the blinds were, I think they were 10, 20, 20, and I had about 360K, so I had about 18 big blinds. And then in a span of about 35, 40 minutes, I went from 360K to 2.4 million. Yeah, and then ended up sneaking into the final table, 8th or 9th in chips. Yep. Got down to 3-handed. Got down to about 6 big blinds.
You were 8th in chips.
Yeah.
Lego
was 9th.
Was 9th.
Yep.
Lego busted 15 minutes into the final table. And
I just
hey, there it was 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, there it is.
That's our crowd shot.
Anyway, so got to 3-handed. I think I got down to about 6 big blinds. Spun that up a little bit. The guy busted in. He got heads up. I had 10 big blinds, and I won heads up in 3 hands. So it was really interesting.
Double up, boom.
And
over.
So as a result of that, one lucky viewer is going to be eligible for about $2,200. Now, a couple days after that, I came in and checked YouTube, the new subscribers. There was over 125 new subscribers, give or take. But I was only I had the capability to see about 20 to 25
because of privacy settings.
Because of privacy settings. So what I said was to make sure those people that were eligible to go into your YouTube settings to change your privacy setting. Now, I've been grinding Choctaw this past week and a half, and I'm going to go back up to Choctaw to play the main event this coming up weekend. So when I get back, we're going to do that. We're going to announce the winner, and I'm going to send you. I think I ran the numbers. It's about $2,200.
Right after buy-ins and tipping.
Yeah.
The 5% is about $2,200.
Yeah, because I tipped very well. I tipped very well to
the dealers were happy. They were talking in the chat that the down rate was really good.
Yeah, I think
all my traveling dealers came in and they were excited. They'll be back.
So like I tipped a little bit after I won it, and then I said, hey, what's the down rate right now? And they said X, and I said, okay, I'm gonna put X more.
Let's juice it up a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
and I actually tipped some of the dealers that kind of helped me, get to the final table and win, and gave them a little bit extra. So they got a little extra juice themselves. So again, for those of you that subscribed or new subscribers during Danielle's birthday bash.
Andrew just subscribed.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew.
Too late, Andrew.
Yeah, it's too late now. You're not eligible.
You don't get that.
Nobody was eligible on Sunday, for the record.
Right?
There was like 40 new subscribers on Sunday.
On Sunday, those guys don't count.
So it's only new viewers.
Saturday.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, new viewers.
Oh.
Next week we'll make the announcement, and I'm going to be sending that winner about $2,200. I'm a man of my word, and I'm going to definitely do that.
For sure, it'll be super fun. All right, let's get that table mic back up a little bit. Get back to the action. So we were watching it, and nothing really happened. We had an ace-jack, raise, see a flop, and take it down. So not a whole lot just happened while we were telling those stories.
Viewers in the chat, do you like to see the players more close up, or you like to kind of see a zoomed out? See that I think that camera angle is a little too narrow. Like I like this camera angle on say 8 and 9.
Right.
Probably need to lower it down a little bit still to get them more in the face versus like kind of the top of their head.
We can lower the things. Somebody in the chat was saying they like it to be zoomed in, so that when it's that person's turn to act, they don't see 6 people. They if they don't know the people and it's on Joe and I see 4 people right there. Well, which one's Joe?
Yeah.
Type of thing.
And Shane with a nice little combo draw here. Got clubs, backdoor straight, middle pair. Lee with top pair. Decent kicker. Oh, diamonds get there. Oh, no diamonds. There's no diamonds. Just kidding. Lee with the best hand. Gonna check.
Oh, he calls with second pair on the flop. Does not believe him. Lee and Shane have a little bit of history just from the final, just from this feature table.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of small block bets on the river. Me, if I'm block betting, well, I don't want to give my strategy away.
That's okay. They won't notice.
Yeah.
They won't use it against you.
No, I'll use it against them. Just kidding.
What?
But I know this is the first live stream for a number of these players.
Yes.
Again, we've talked about this before in the past, that one of the things we want to do here at Poker House Dallas is want to give players of all
Make it access.
Yeah, accessible, of all bankroll, capacities to play on a live stream. We stream this 1-2 game on Tuesdays. We stream some final tables for some of our smaller tournaments middle of the week.
Yeah, $100 buy-in
Yeah.
on Wednesday night. We're streaming Katie's game for the final table. First place is like $1,800. But I love it. Just for the love of the game. It's not life-changing money. It's not even weekend-changing money, honestly.
And the majority, if not all, these players are recreational.
Oh, for sure.
So, they have, all of them have regular jobs.
Yeah.
Some of them, may, one or two of them may grind for a living, but for the most part, recreational.
Perk makes it $17 in the 6th seat.
I'll tell you what, it's nice not playing. Like, I'm mentally exhausted from like 9-10 days in Choctaw.
I only played for about maybe 5 hours. No, not even that long. Maybe 4 hours.
Perk continuing to c-bet his entire range, flopping the gutter and backdoor nut flush draw on a 2-heart board, takes down the pot.
Nice.
Not getting it. Again, he's from Oklahoma, came down here specifically for the stream. So
Perk did?
yeah.
Okay.
His name is Ron. So thank you. He's a friend. He's actually a friend of Rick Alvarado,
Okay.
who's played on our stream
I know
before.
Rick.
So
Who went shooting with us?
that's correct. He went shooting with us to the gun range the first week we went to Mission Ridge. So
He's got some cute little kids.
yeah.
On Facebook.
So one thing we want to do, once we get the stream squared up in terms of the camera angles and making sure Action Tracker works, introducing a bigger game, like a 5-5-10 or 10-25 game.
Definitely like on a Friday night.
Yeah. Some Friday night Dallas action, big higher stakes poker. Now, it's really funny because a lot of people, when I say high stakes or mid stakes, 10-25 is not that big, but the games in Texas play so much bigger.
Yeah, it's deceiving to tell somebody it's a 2-5 game because the 2-5s play like a 5-10.
Yeah.
And the 5-10s play like a 10-25. They just play bigger.
I'm going to go heads up to flop Jeep, it's also known as Brad. Queen 10 off. Gonna donk bet here as the non-pre-flop aggressor. Dan flopping a piece of it with a bottom pair. Not much of anything else. Brings in a second jack. Not a very good card for Brad here to barrel on.
You mean Jeep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, "Where's Brad?"
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh,
When
I'm
he
sorry.
bet the-
What I said, not a bad.
You said it was not a good card for him to barrel on.
I meant to say it was a good card for him to
yeah,
double barrel.
I'm like,
Sorry.
I love it.
Yeah. Sometimes I think before I speak.
Yeah.
Or no, sometimes I see. Sometimes I speak before. Sometimes I speak before I think. So-
Sometimes I think before I speak. This
Yeah.
is not one of those
yeah,
times.
this is not one of those times. So, just like my divorce comment a few weeks ago that got you rolling.
Oh, that was hilarious. Man, I wish I would have been playing.
Yeah.
I didn't start playing till I got divorced. I wish I would have got divorced earlier. What?
Yeah. I want to say another comment that I made up in Choctaw, but I'm not going to say it because it's so bad. The one when I told you about the one about the Amber Alert and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tornado warning. I won't say that on the air because that's going to be on the air forever. So,
rough.
Lee picking up some pretty good hands here. And the plus one with the King Queen offsuit.
8, 10, 17.
Could open the 17.
One call.
Alexandro De Limo now following. Thank you for joining the chat and following us.
6 call, 17.
Dan going to call with pocket sevens. Oh, Perk also with King Queen. Gonna call as well. Let's see if
I
JC
think
here with ace jack.
JC's gonna 3-bet it.
Yeah, it's gonna squeeze. And I love this squeeze.
How much is it? 85. Oh, nice. I thought he said 35, and I was thinking that's not enough, but he makes it 85.
Now, a lot of players will just cold call and flat with ace jack offsuit,
Right.
thinking they have it. But ace jack offsuit is not a very good hand that plays well post flop. Yeah, you have an ace, but
Not
there's-
against 4 people.
yeah, right. Especially being out of position. Now, he was the straddler here.
Right. The UG/S means he's the under the gun straddler, and he does. Wow, he picks up $52 without seeing a flop. I love it, JC.
And that's a very good hand that functions as a good 3-bet squeeze. Out of position to an open and 2 cold calls behind. Very well done, JC, using ace jack offsuit as a 3-bet squeeze there in that spot. Picking up a little bit of dead money. Now it's about $660. Vic, the overwhelming chip leader at this table at 1.1K, and Shane sitting about 150 bucks. I don't know if that chip stack is correct. It looks like he has more than 150 bucks because Shane is in the 3 seat. So we may need to update the chip counts.
Okay. Now, what possibly happened was, since he is in the 3 seat, he added chips to his stack without telling Craig, so Craig didn't see him do it.
1 bet, 12. Oh, does it?
You know, he might have
Yeah.
grabbed 300 in green and put it in the stack.
3 calls, 4 fold, 5 fold, 6 fold, 7 calls, 3-handed, 12. Seven check, 1 check.
All right, so coincidentally, Eddie is going to step out and make sure the chip stack is correct, and Craig needs to take a quick break. Oh, the glare. And ace high is going to win this hand. 7s and 10s with an ace kicker. Picks up $45. VPIP voluntarily putting money in the pot. Dan with 59% in the 1 seat. Perk and Jeep down at the bottom with 8% apiece. What that means is for every 10 hands, these guys are getting involved once, whereas Dan's getting involved 6 times for every 10 hands. A standard tournament, your VPIP is typically 20 to 25%. In your cash game, you're generally a little more loose. So it's like closer to 30, 35%. Dan with a 60% is very high. We do play a game called the VPIP game, where every hour when we change dealers, we grab that stat and we kick off the 3 players with the lowest VPIP and make them go play on the outer table, and let new players come in to play and have a chance on the stream. We didn't do that this time, or some of these guys would be in trouble.
Yeah, we got 4 of them in the hand, 4 of them in the hand. No ball.
5, 6, 7 on the flop. That connects well with nobody. Shane's got a gut shot. He needs a 4. Jeep has bottom pair and the best of it. Michael with ace queen. It checks around. I would have wanted Michael to bet at that, being the pre-flop aggressor. I think Jeep is going to take control of the situation now.
5 bet, 20.
82 in the pot. He bets $20. I like that bet. It's going to fold out the garbage, which is everything. Michael might surprise me right here. And he does give it up.
2 fold.
And Shane just with ace tray. He makes the call. He needs exactly an ace or a 4. He does not get it. But the spades come home and the 4 line straight is out there. So he can represent and bluff at it, and he just goes check, check, and ace high is not good. Jeep does pick up a nice little pot. 122 in the pot. He adds 82 to his stack. Well played, sir. Now, as they were leaving, I said, "Bring back coffee." So we'll see if that message got through before the door shut. All right, the live straddle. If you're unfamiliar with cash game poker, the first player after the button is a small blind for $1 in this situation. The second player is a big blind for $2 in this situation. And if you choose to, you can straddle and add $5. And that's what happened here. So you can see the under the gun /S, the UG/S is a straddle. So he chose to make it $5.
7-bet 25.
JC with bottom pair bets 25. Dan calls with the same hand, and Shane calls with a double gut shot. He can win with a 9 or a king. He'll have a straight. Chris Mays, how are you doing, Chris? Are you watching on Facebook or Twitch or YouTube? All right, so Dan and JC are going to chop this pot up if nobody folds. 80 is a great bet. It's going to get Shane to fold ace high. I don't expect JC to call with bottom pair on the flop, but he just might. All right, Chris is on Facebook. He said everything looks good. Speaking of Chris Mays, Thursday. Oh, he does. Good job, Dan. Makes JC fold the same hand. Gets away from chopping. A lot of people would have checked back. And did you bring coffee?
I did not.
Oh, man, you forgot coffee.
Poker House Dallas.
All right, so back to Chris Mays. Thursday, $200 buy-in, deep stack, 30K starting stack, 20-minute levels, 6 p.m. And we are going to stream that final table. It's got a 3K guarantee on it. We generally double it. We get like 5,500, 6,000, 7,000 in the prize pool. Come out Thursday if you want to see a small stakes $200 buy-in streaming the final table. That's a good one to watch. That's a good one to play at. So come out Thursday. I think if I remember, Chris made the final table the last 2 times he's played. I think he fell short of the money last time, and I think he chopped it up for 3rd place the time before that. And 6 Killer won it both times that I'm talking about. So, yes, sir. Good times, good times. Yep, you were the money bubble last week. We'll get you in the booth one of these times, Chris.
1 check, 2 check, 5 check. 7 check.
Why is it that we always cough in the booth?
I think we always cough and we just don't notice until all of a sudden we got a microphone on.
Right. Stephen Phillips liking the stream. Thank you. So let's see here.
Dan had top pair. Jeep catches up with the jack on the turn.
Let's see what sizing Jeep's going to use here.
There's 116 in the pot. He's going to bet 75. That's a good bet, like 80%.
Jason Cole. Tiny. Is that Tiny?
Yeah, it's Tiny, my man.
Hey, Tiny, thanks for helping us over the past couple weeks trying to get this figured out.
Hey, Adam likes the stream. Jason, I still need you when you're off, when you're done running around I need you to help me get these cameras right. Some of them aren't white balanced properly.
Yeah, we tried the white
We
balance.
tried, but we're not AV guys.
Yeah.
Ask me a poker question. I'm better with poker questions.
Mikel getting there on the river.
Wow.
Chasing the open ender and gets there with the king to beat
Yep.
Jeep there.
The board just got worse and worse. It was top pair, and then the turn changes, and then the river changes.
Again, for
Go ahead.
those of you in the chat, let us know what you think about the new cameras, the overhead flop cam. You know, we're gonna make some adjustments to these cameras, the camera angles. Yeah, there's a yellow picture to yeah, it's on it's
The-
4, 5,
the-
and 6.
Yeah, the 4, 5, 6 camera needs to be fixed. That's what Jason's going to come in and help us with.
I wonder it's a couple things because
We have a light right
right
behind
there.
it
So
that might be messing things
yeah,
up.
so we can maybe kill that light and then
Yeah.
balance the white balance. Oh,
We-
look, a big
we
jump
could-
in viewership now. It just jumped from 39 to 46. That's a good jump.
What we could do, there's 2 hours left tonight. We could just take the ladder out there and turn that light off.
I'm gonna do it real quick.
Let's do it real quick.
Okay.
Jason Cole is the man. I agree with Chris Mays.
6 call, 2.
Yeah, Tiny's a great guy.
8 call.
Pinball and Beer just subscribed.
9 fold. Check.
In 15 minutes, you guys are going to see the Asian sensation go out there with a ladder and turn off one of the lights. Ty Sasson, Stephen Phillips. Easy to get on this stream. Final table. Oh, Lee flops 3 5s, and it is no good. This is crazy. This is going to be a big pot. Just flip the switches. You'll figure it out.
6 fold. 7 fold.
Oh, okay. He's gonna move some cameras a little bit also while he's up there. So
Bets. 40.
Lee and Dan are chopping it now. They both flopped 3 5s. Oh, the ace high flush folds. Flush draw on a paired board. I don't hate the fold. I was just surprised to see it. All right, this is a chop. If we don't have an 8 or a 10, this is going to be a chop. All right, it's a chop all day. And it doesn't matter what happens. This is just going to be a chop. Nobody's folding.
5s. 5. We chopping. We chopping.
Chop, chop.
Cards well played. King of the queen.
I want to raise a lot at times, but it's like we have a better keeper than me. Yeah, but that queen just make my decision really easier.
He said he wanted to raise every street, but he was afraid of his kicker. And he was correct. He was behind.
Definitely out there.
I know, but
I didn't know if that was a darn it or a call or
I'm talking about this.
I was like, okay, what?
Thank you, Chris, for sharing the stream. Hey, guys, if you're watching, click share. Let your friends watch this. On YouTube, like and subscribe. On Facebook, share, like, comment. Helps our algorithms. Jump into Twitch if you want to share something. Chris shares to 19 poker groups. Flamin' Fecal Materas is now following. That was a mouthful. Thank you for watching.
4 fold, 5 fold, 6 fold.
Eric Romel has liked the stream. Thank you, Eric.
7 call. 2. 8 bet 15.
7 calls with King 8. Lee makes it $15 with the 6-9
9 bet.
in the hijack. Nathan makes it 65 with Ace Queen, and I think it's just going to get through.
Fold.
Lee tried to get out of line with the 9-6, and
7 fold, 8 fold.
he says, "Do you always have a hand?" Yep, every time. Yeah, right there, you're going to see there's a big bright light right behind the camera, and Eddie just went and turned it off, so we're going to see what this looks like in a little bit. Matt Lato likes the stream. Thank you, Matt. All right, how's it look out there? We'll see in 15 minutes, I suppose. You adjusted the camera also? All right. We got a lot of people liking and sharing the stream.
Steven Phillips, you can come play the one. I don't know where you're from. I don't know if you're in the Dallas area or not, but if you're in the Dallas area, come play the 1-2 stream. It's available.
Yep. Yeah, I said this is the easiest stream to get onto and play. Final table Wednesday night tournament when we get 30, 40, 50 people in it. $100 buy-in, a couple $1,000 up top. Lego, hey Lego, I got a coin for you, buddy. I tracked it down.
Got him.
All right. Steven says he plays here every so often. All right, make it more often. Are we waiting on coffee?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get it because there's a seat about to be open.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so and I need to make sure that person gets called for the seat. So I'll go get a coffee and
Sounds great.
we'll be back. I was actually looking to see if there was a waiting list because if there wasn't, I was gonna jump in.
Oh, that would be sick.
Yeah, but
I love it.
There's no seats. I mean, there's a
All right,
list.
there's a waiting list. All right, let's go. Jeep and Vic both with an ace. Jeep has a better kicker with the jack. Vic needs a 7 to win it outright and a 3 to chop it with a queen kicker on the board. 75 and a quick call. There's a 4. That's not going to help him. Now he needs a 7 to win it, or a tray, or a 4 to chop it. I love this view right here. If I can fix this color, Tiny, if you can fix this color for me, I'm going to be super happy. Check on the turn, just a little pot control. And it looks like the King of Hearts on the river. And the Jack's going to win. All right, $105 delayed bet on the river, and Jeep picks it up. Nice pickup, Jeep. All right, and that's 15 minutes ago with Asian Sensation adjusting chip counts, and we're gonna swap dealers out. Say goodbye to Buck and say hello to the Butcher. And he got that name because he was a butcher. Oh, that looks better. Maybe. There you see Asian Sensation running the action tracker while Craig takes a quick break. The most important part of the live stream is making sure that action tracker is accurate.
6 is a fold. 7 calls 2. 8 raised to 17.
Pocket jacks with Lee. He's getting good hands. Nathan with King Queen. He's 3-bet Lee several times tonight.
Call 17.
He's just going to call now. Just good call.
3 calls 17. 4 raised
Shane
to
with
100.
8-7 on the button. Ooh.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
5 folds.
Vic makes it 100. I don't hate this, but it's not going to get through. I think Lee is going to jam $437. Now Nathan's going to get out of the way. Shane can't call. And Vic snap calls.
Number 4 calls.
$354 more.
Here in one time. Here we go.
And we do have the option to run it twice or even 3 times, and they say once. Max Payne, let's go. 357 on the flop. We got a 4 on the turn. We need exactly a 6 to chop it, and it doesn't happen. The jacks are going to hold. King, queen does not come from behind. And just like that, we have almost $1,000 pot. And Lee adds almost 500 to his stack. Big hand, big hand.
I can go color up if you guys want to give me a bunch of white chips. I can go bring some. Okay, I want color down. I want color down. Give me lots of white.
Jeep says, do you want to color up those whites? And Lee says, no, I want to color down. Give me more whites. We do have a couple $100 in whites on the table. It's funny because it was a 1-2 game, and everybody came to the table with reds and greens. And I was like, guys, it's a 1-2 game. So a couple of the guys bought $100 worth of whites. And then I think Vic might have shown up with some in his stack. But the dealers get tipped out in whites mostly. And other than that, it all stays in play. You know, like I mentioned already, we don't take anything. These people all pay a membership to play here, so there's no rake. And now I have some black coffee. We just saw Vic double up Lee with Jack against King Queen. Lee makes it 17 pre-flop, gets 3 callers, and Vic makes it 100. And then Lee just ships it in for another 400.
I ran the tracker on that hand.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I actually saw that hand live. So there's still the yellow hue there, so it wasn't the light.
Well, you weren't there yet.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad.
Yeah, wait 15 minutes.
That was me saying, because I had to do a chip count on.
Right, and that's what Shane did. Shane added on without telling him, so the chip counts were off.
So I'm going to come in for a minute or two, and then you're going to see me carry the ladder out there and make some adjustments. Could have adjusted that camera, but it's okay.
7 fold,
Yeah.
8 fold, 9 fold, $12. C1 bets $12.
Dan makes it 12 with King 7 suited in middle position.
And here's a
Michael calls 12 with a King 4.
And no, he doesn't call. He folded. It's incorrect.
Oh, okay, okay. Action tracker error.
Yeah, and I actually like using King 7 suited as from a mid to late position open.
I would have really liked a 3-bet from Shane with a 5-7. That would have been fun.
9 checks, 3 checks, 4 checks. Check, 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 check.
Yeah, different Shane. Yeah, Butch in the box right now.
Check on 9. I got a bet 15 out of 3.
Is Butcher's real name Shane?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I just call him, but I actually didn't know his real name was Shane either.
Right.
When I go through the dealer list.
I don't know.
Yeah, when I went through the dealer list to kind of like, hey,
You're like, Shane, don't know him.
they're like, well, that's Butch. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, okay, well then call him Butch.
He was the one that dealt that Danny Gerald hand with a 10s full versus
Yeah.
ace 3, and then
Yep.
she rivered the 3 for aces full Danny.
Yep.
On one of the weekly tournaments.
On the ace 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it was ace 10, and Gerald had 10s, and he flopped 10s full, and then she flopped trip aces, and he got all in. It actually got all
They
in.
got it all in pre.
And then she rivered the 3. It rivered one of her out. So that was about 6 weeks ago, 5 or 6 weeks ago.
It was when we were just getting started.
Yeah. And again, viewers, thanks for joining the chat. On a Tuesday evening here, about 35 viewers. Again, as we continue to grow, we're picking up more viewers on a weekly basis,
Yeah.
so that's good. And again, as we make improvements to the stream, in terms of, some of the things we've implemented here tonight with the overhead flop cam, additional camera angle, views.
I feel like we're doing a good job correcting the cameras.
Yeah.
Because we're so cognizant of it right now.
Yeah.
whereas normally it doesn't happen as often, so we don't keep track of it as often. But now we're so paranoid about it that we're really keeping
Yeah.
a good job on it.
If you see my notes on the, I'm like, I want to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that camera angle bothers me because it's too like overhead angled. But that's just the like, I have my notes right here. And
Yeah.
I'm like, square up, lower camera, zoom out. Like after the stream is over, I'm gonna want to fix it.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. If we want to do a late night game, we could just save it and then stream it next week.
Oh, you mean like just run it and not record it?
We could record
no,
it and not broadcast it.
Yeah. So one of the things, I mean, like I guess to let the chat know that, you know, Eric's gonna be out of town for a little bit.
Yeah, my wife's having surgery next week, so I'm flying back to Minnesota.
And we don't want to not stream.
Right,
I mean, that's a double negative, but we
No,
don't.
but it's correctly
Yeah,
used.
we don't want to not stream. So
Yeah,
what we're thinking about doing is recording some and commentating it.
Yep, and then we'll play it and commentate live on a recording.
Right.
So you won't know the difference as a viewer, but we could stay up and do a late night poker thing at midnight and just, you know, save 3 hours of a cash game or a sit and go.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about the sit and go we did last week? I think that will be very popular if we do that. Like a $300 sit and go, like we did.
Check around.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff we can do for fun. But yeah, so like I was saying, she's got a surgery coming up. It's nothing major, and so I'm gonna be gone. And
Check around.
I'm just looking. JC with third pair has the best of it, and he's just gonna win this pot because
Probably
if
just gonna
nobody.
I foresee this is going check around. He's got enough showdown value just to call here.
Check all the way to the back.
Yeah, good. Everybody,
Yeah.
check.
Prove it.
Knows.
Yeah, JC picks up just a small pot, adds 47 to his spot, and there you can see they're looking at you. So you're up there with the camera.
you see.
Let's look and see what this this camera, this 456 camera, is gonna do when you turn off this light, and then we'll
I square up 4, 5, and 6.
I was gonna say I expect to see some jiggling right now.
Yeah, you see me shaking the truss. And I'm gonna zoom out on this angle for cameras 3 and 4.
Vic's giving Lee a hard time.
So it's. I actually just turned it off.
Let's listen to these guys for a second. Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, and then I was like, since I'm out here, I'm like, I'm just gonna adjust camera
I
3
was
and
gonna
4.
say, it felt like you were out there a lot longer. So Vic is giving Lee a hard time because he took 500 off him in that pot, and 5 minutes later he's like, "All right, I'm out of here, guys."
See, it's square now. So you see how it's squared up now, 4, 5, and 6, but the
Yep.
hue's still there.
Yep.
Gonna have to fix that.
I also want to. My OCD wants it straight,
Right, right.
so we'll fix that stuff. That's right. We'll get Tiny in here to help with the lights. I think that looks better, actually.
The square up.
The lighting.
Yeah.
It's a little bit. I don't know.
It's still. Uh-oh.
That's okay. That was 15 minutes ago, and we fixed it. See right here, we move the camera's transition so quickly it locks up, and that's a bug that we're working on. And if we see it in here, we fix it immediately. So it's going to be on this screen for just a few seconds until we notice that it's locked up. And right now it's stuck on the 7/8 or the 6/7 camera and the flop camera, and that happened because it went check and so fast that
See
it
my
switched
feet there?
back.
Oh,
Oh, look
well,
at
there you
that!
go.
Zooming in, zooming out. Let's
There you go. Okay, it looks better now. I think in like 1 or 2 streams, this is gonna be perfect. I can't wait.
They're tip shaming him as he's leaving.
Got a straddle under the gun.
Shane says, "Why don't you tip the dealer?"
Under the gun straddle. 5 to call. Guys.
I like tip shaming because the dealers work hard
Yeah.
and they need to be compensated. If you don't tip your staff, you're going to get bad staff.
Yeah.
Case in point, if you've played a WSOP in Vegas, when they have such big fields, they hire anybody, and there are fabulous dealers, but there are a ton of people who are terrible dealers.
Yeah.
And if that's what you want your card room to be, a bunch of terrible dealers, just keep not tipping them. And the good dealers will go somewhere else, and you're going to have terrible dealers.
Right.
You know, same thing. If you don't like your, if you don't tip your wait staff at a restaurant, they're not going to work there, and you're going to have bad service. So I'm not sure exactly what happened, but Shane in the 3-seat said something about you're going to tip your dealer. So and he threw him a buck. So I don't know exactly what happened. I would have to rewind to see exactly what's going on.
I was adjusting the camera right there, so it is what it is. You know, some people kind of get upset about the hit and run kind of thing. It doesn't bother me.
That doesn't bother me in a game where we've got 15 tables out there and we're going to get a new player. So I'm not terribly worried about that. I had a friend back in Minnesota who would mess up the home game when he'd win like $200. And, gotta go, and he would leave. And now we're missing a person. I don't have 10 tables to draw from, so that upsets me. But in a situation like this, in a big card room, I don't mind the hit and run. Go ahead, do what you. If you don't feel like you can play with these guys, go ahead and leave.
Now, with that being said, I also think that if you're going to play a live stream, if you know you're not going to be here, then don't play.
That's the other thing.
It's one thing if you buy in and you bust and you only bring 2 billets, that's fine.
If you buy in for $300 and you bust out, this is going to be a big hand. We've got Ace 10 against Jack 10 against Queen. So Perk makes it. Shane straddles. Perk makes it 17. JC calls with Ace 10. Shane on the straddle makes it 80. Ace 10 suited. I don't like defending with Ace 10 suited right here. You're not ahead of anything.
In position, you can make this call. I'm okay with making this.
There's 122 in the pot. It's going to cost him 63 more. So he wants to be getting 2-1. He's getting the right odds.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that, but he's getting really good odds to call there.
Yeah, and I'm okay. Oh, sorry. I think that's me messing with that.
What that is autofocus is turned on.
Yeah.
So if somebody stands up or moves, it'll focus on that person until it grabs the next person. I've thought about turning that off, but if you turn it off, then it'll be blurry the whole time if people aren't sitting in the correct spot. So every once in a while, you just have to give it a second while it focuses. Shouldn't the onus on the person hiring the dealer to pay them enough so they don't rely on tips? That's a whole hour conversation if you want. The other thing about that is if let's say you go somewhere where you don't reward your servers, you don't tip well, then they have no incentive to do a good job. If there's no incentive. So that's why it's a very tricky line.
9 folds, 1 call, 2 raises to 100.
And let's get back to this hand, and then I'll continue that. Lots of action here.
5 folds, 6 folds, 7 calls 100.
Interesting.
Vic pushed his stack in and left, so I don't know what happened there. That 500 in front of him, in front of this new player in the 4 seat.
No, he moved.
He moves seats.
Yeah, for the record, that shouldn't happen. Once you're locked into a live stream.
Yeah, no, it's a random draw for a reason.
Yeah. So he shouldn't have moved. He
Yeah.
asked for a seat change. That's something they should have known about, but they didn't factor it in. We'll let
Okay.
them know.
Okay.
So that's one. Yeah.
I get it. I was wondering what just happened there.
Cal bets 100.
Yeah, we do a random draw for that reason.
Yeah, and if somebody comes in new, they get whatever seat is available, and there should be no seat changes.
Right.
On live.
Yeah, I agree.
That's one thing when you're on the outer table, but it is what it is. What a great flop for
Michael.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got top pure.
And nut flush draw on the flop. Now the board pairs on the turn. I don't see him slowing down here.
It went check on the flop.
He went check on the flop. Oh, I guess he was trying to.
Oh, he hit everything.
Yeah, I guess
he
he
wanted
know-
to try to get something. Because JC raised pre-flop. So he was hoping that JC would bet the flop if he checked it to him.
Moving from seat 4 to seat 8. Okay, how much you got coming? And then I have James O entering in seat 4 with 500. You'll be my big blind. I got a straddle under the gun.
I love the straddles. Are they just sticking with a $5 straddle?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's. I have a feeling based off the player profiles on this table that they're
Pretty
not gonna be-
standard.
yeah.
They're not going to be doing 5x a straddle.
Yeah, double straddle. Yeah, we don't. I don't think we allow. Like there's some rooms you can do up to X amount, right? But here it's just
Right.
like double a straddle. And I don't think on this player profile table you're going to see a lot of like double straddle, triple straddle, just a standard straddle. Going 3 ways to this flop to a king high board with 2 clubs. Shane with the best hand with pocket 5s. Some backdoor equity for the other 2 players. Turn brings in club draw. Let's see if Shane's going to barrel here. He's got a gutter, and he's got a little mini club draw. No one else having much of anything. No one turning additional equity. Going to get everyone to fold, pick up a little small pot. Here are VP statistics. Shane beating a lot of hands. Dan, a lot of hands down the run. Not really playing too many hands, not getting too out of line. Pre-flop.
And we are just about halfway done with our stream. We've scheduled it for 3 hours, and we are at 90 minutes into it. Speaking of 90 minutes into it, I'm going to pull up Poker Atlas right now and see what our PLO tournament did today.
There was 14 players as of...
Okay, I was going to say it's our first PLO tournament that we've held. $200 buy-in.
I was gonna jump in that bad boy.
It's 16. You still can. Registration open for another hour.
No, I want to be in the booth.
Okay. That was me.
Okay.
I just turned that computer on.
If I'm gonna jump, I want to jump in on the stream if the seat opens up. That's what I'm gonna do.
That would be fun. I would.
Now, I don't specifically sign up for their stream because, I've had my fair share of streams.
Yeah.
Tournament or cash.
Yeah, I mean.
And plus, like a lot of these players don't get an opportunity to play a stream, so I'll give them a shot.
Yeah,
Well,
you're too much of a big shot.
oh my! Stop that.
Tray 4 king. JC hits his tray. Dan hits his 4. They both have an ace kicker.
Both showdown value, a little bit of showdown value. Oh,
Deuce to chop. JC goes ahead and bets. Dan's gonna call.
should make the call here, correct?
I would.
It's probably going to go check on the turn unless somebody's going to try to represent a hand.
I agree.
He's going to barrel. I bet small. 15 into a 20, about a third of the pot.
About 40%.
Yeah.
57. Michael, $938. 20% of the chips in play.
It looks like somebody's running out of time on the screen.
I tell them that we do not.
Yeah, we're not
we
gonna
don't
bother.
interrupt the stream
For time.
to get time. Again, if you're new to Texas Poker, they pay a membership to play here, and we do not rake the pot at all. So you swipe your player's card in when you sit down, and it ticks down, and then you buy time anywhere from $10 to $13, depending on what increments you buy it in. $10 an hour to $13 an hour, which is way better than paying rake.
Right. Well, so the only
If you're a winning player.
that's exactly what I was about to say.
If you knit it up and you win one hand every 2 hours, you're much better paying the $10 rake that one hand instead of paying, but if you're going to win 3 hands an hour, instead of paying, let's say an average of $6, $7, so it'd be like $18 to $21, you're paying the max $13 if you're on the upper end. And
Look at
$10 if you buy in bulk.
JC going to use A7 suited as a 4-bet bluff.
Wow.
Mikhail 3 bets to 35 with Ace King offsuit.
Yep. In the hijack.
Yeah, going to be too strong of a hand. Probably going to try to figure out a sizing where he can get all the chips in pre-flop. Especially with a player
Well,
behind.
he could just shove right now because JC's only got 300 behind. He's
Yeah.
not folding. He's not putting half his stack in and folding.
And that,
Unless he's trying to get James. And James isn't calling. If he just flats pre-flop, he's not going to call 500.
yeah, and this is not the hand that you want. I mean, Ace King.
I
offsuit.
busted the WSOP with Ace King
Yeah.
against Queen 10 all in pre.
It's okay. I bluffed my chips away when I finished 20th out of the gargantuan. Check,
I-
call flop, check jam.
Yep, he is all in. I won all my bluffs. Now, here I said JC's not going to fold 300. That's why Michael should shove. But
He's not getting the right pot.
knowing
out there.
he's not at all.
I mean, what are you ahead of on a 5-bet jam?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, kings you could hope to get an ace. Ace 7 is never ahead, and he knows that. He was bluffing. He
Yeah.
can't call now. But I was saying Michael should have. Oh, wow, he did call. All right, they are
Oh.
going to run it twice. All right, so hold on. Craig messed up the hand, and he has James calling. James did not call, so he's going to fix that right away.
Okay, he does.
And now we're good.
Okay.
They are going to run it twice. Let's see if they do it correctly. He does hit.
They both have the ace.
Yeah, he said that. I hit that. So he was thinking he's up against kings or something. What I want them to do is pull in the board, and the new dealers, or the dealers don't know to do that with the new flop cam.
They didn't even have a spade? I know he has A7 of spades, but I think Mikhail has ace of spades. Yeah, he does have ace of spades because the ace of clubs is out there. It's going to be a scoop.
Yeah,
From Mikhail
which is
here?
pretty standard with the ace king.
Yeah, it just slightly speculative call there from JC for his whole.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good bluff. I mean, I like the heart.
Yeah, the 4-bet bluff there, but when somebody 5-bet rips it on you, it really narrows your range down to pretty much
for
queen,
sure.
queens and
Ace
buff.
sevens. I mean,
Yeah.
he felt like he was pot committed with 200 out of his 500 in the pot, but he really wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
even though he was getting 7, he had to call 3 to get 7. I still don't like the call.
Yeah, when you 5-bet jam pre-flop, it narrows your range down to queens and above and ace king. I mean, you're not even 5-bet jamming with jacks.
In this situation, this table they do.
Yeah, but you should.
They have, but they shouldn't.
But they shouldn't.
But they shouldn't. But they do.
But they shouldn't.
But we're in Texas.
And it is 1-2. So.
Yeah, we're in Texas playing 1-2 for fun.
Is there a seat? Is there a seat open?
Well, this was 15 minutes ago, so they probably filled it already. You can glance out there and see.
He's back. Okay.
All right, it's not open. They will fill that seat. There was a list. Jump on the list.
I don't think there's a list anymore. Let's find out.
So you're next.
Yep, I'm joining the list. Somebody bust.
Let's go. So, in that tournament today,
Which tournament?
the one on the stream today that we didn't broadcast, who won that?
I don't remember.
Who got second? Ryan Cash likes the stream. I think you got second.
I don't recall. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think there's any evidence about this. Has it been deleted from Twitch yet?
No, go look on Twitch and watch. I think Tammy watched the whole thing live. It was
Tammy didn't.
Yeah,
she didn't watch it.
I'm obviously kidding. We just wanted to test the stream, so 4 dealers. Well, I guess not even 4 dealers. It was Shane, no, Brandon, Craig, Renee dealt, you and I. So no dealers, never mind. We sat down with 10K and 5-minute levels and played a game for a half hour.
I do. Okay, if there's a seat open, I want to ask the table if it's okay. I don't want to just jump in there. I want to make sure it's okay with them.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been watching you play for 2 hours. I'm going to jump in here now. We can't do that.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't.
No, it's okay when Gabe Kaplan jumps in with Negreanu and Ivy and
Yeah.
Doyle Brunson, but we can't. Yeah, that's a great point. You can't do that. You can't be the best player with the most money, watch them for 2 hours, and then jump in and beat them up. That's horrible. I can't believe you even thought that.
I'm a luck box.
I wouldn't mind you playing with them at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 o'clock, yeah.
But not at 8 o'clock.
I agree. You can go heads up to the flop here. Vic with ace-10 offsuit and Shane in the 3-suit with king-jack suited.
Ooh,
Both
that's a
flop.
good action flop. Ace, king, 8. Vic's got top. Shane's got second.
Oh, two-pairing. Bet small. Hoping to get some action.
Shane needs a king or a queen.
Surprised he didn't go in for the check raise there. There's some
Well, he's
bad.
got that board wrapped up.
Yeah, to a certain extent. I mean,
The
yeah,
diamonds?
He does
He's
block.
afraid of the diamonds?
He's blocking the nut flush. I think he has to lead. I don't think he wants to. I guess he's checking.
Oh, it just goes check, check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I have to put words into Vic's mouth, the way to get the most money is by playing weak and let Shane bluff into him. So he just did a check, call, hoping that Shane keeps betting. If he check raises it at any time, he doesn't want to lose Shane. So I think, without knowing, that he thought check calling was the best way to get the most money in the
Right.
pot. That's my guess. All right, what are these guys saying? Something about the bottle game.
Not sure.
What's the bottles game?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know either.
I may try to switch out that middle 4-5 with this camera in here.
See if it changes.
See if it changes
Right
the
on.
hue.
Your the white balance, the setup and stuff.
Yeah.
It was funny having to clean the
lenses.
boogers off that one lens.
Yeah.
We're like, wow, this one's not focusing. And there's like, it wasn't really boogers. It was just really smudged. Jeep makes it 20 with pocket 8s in middle position. Perk has one of his 8s and he folds. Joseph makes a call with Jack King suited.
Now, King Jack suited in late position, that hand functions very well as a 3-bet bluff. It helps us to look to just call there in position with suited Broadway cards. A-side board here. Definitely a really good board for Jeep to continue barreling on.
For sure. Joseph has 60% to a straight flush.
Gonna bet
But
slightly under a third of the pot. Gonna get both players.
I think it's going to get through.
And again, Jeep hasn't been too aggressive pre-flop, post-flop. So for him to bet pre-flop here and then barrel on the ace-high board,
I do like the continuing.
well, it's a good board to see bet on. The ace definitely hits his range.
See how that's just a little bit tilted?
Yeah.
That tilts me. Michael, 1,500 up top. Perk with 25, 255.
And Michael McHale has played some of our two 5 streams before. So
He's a solid player.
remember when he folded queens against Danny's kings?
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah. I was
Oh,
just
I thought you were going to show me it, and I was like, you had to pull it up?
no. That was actually that was the stream that Hayden ran really poorly on.
Yeah.
And then he actually folded queens to Danny. But Danny had kings against both of them. And that was actually the 2 worst players to have kings against queens against, because everybody else at that table.
Everybody's paying them.
Yeah, everybody's paying them.
Oh, hey, speaking of paying them, we got trays versus fives. And Vic comes in. So there must have been a straddle. Yeah, there must have been a straddle.
Perk and Joseph looking to set mine here. Both with low pocket
Right.
pairs.
And 6 players of the flop. That is a Texas heads up.
Yep, that is definitely Texas 6 ways to the flop.
In a
And
straddle and a limb.
Jack high board. Badoogie board.
We got Nathan with top 2. He's got this
He's gonna
board
just
crushed.
Yeah, I wonder if he's just gonna just call here in position, knowing he has
I
this,
definitely would.
you know, good just cold call there on the button in position.
Yep.
Not too wet of a board. Now
No,
there
not
are
at all. There's straight draws, 9, 10.
there's some
No, 10
turns that
queen.
can be a little scary here, but nothing too significant. Shane actually having top pair as well.
Shane check. On check. Joseph check.
Yeah, Perk needs a 5. Joseph needs a tray.
55 or 60.
Shane needs a
Two-thirds spot.
deuce to chop it.
Really small sizing. Slightly over 1/3.
Call by Shane.
Anthony, you got to come in.
Shane calls 35.
Now there's some chop outs here available. Any queen, king, or ace is gonna chop the pot. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I lied.
wait, I was like, wait, what?
I lied. There's already a pair board. I'm so
No,
sorry.
it's a deuce. Shane
Yeah.
needs a deuce. Exactly a deuce. Joseph needs a tray.
Apparently, this is the first time I've ever watched her play poker.
Double! Oh, double! Exactly a deuce for a chop. Nathan is so disappointed.
Yep.
Wow, running cards.
He
for
knows
a
it's a back
chop.
card. He knows it's he knows it's a chop.
Oh, he's so frustrated. And Shane,
4.2% to chop the pot there.
yeah, he goes from
Goodness gracious.
$200 pot to $25.
It's obviously a bad run out, but that's poker.
Wow.
Anthony, come.
Every time I don't come, y'all stream. Well, we stream a lot, Anthony.
Yeah.
So I think that's on you, bud.
What stakes are you looking for? 1, 2, 2, 5?
Tournaments,
1, 2, 5?
5, 5, 10.
Are we going to be going back to our regularly scheduled live stream?
So, you got second in the Crazy Pineapple Tournament?
I did not watch that tournament. I was in.
We didn't stream it.
Yeah, y'all did.
It was Sunday. No,
Y'all taped it.
no, because Sunday was next gen.
Oh, I was still running deep in.
Yeah,
Choctaw.
yeah. Oh, sick break.
I was like,
Oh,
touche.
Anthony, you've been on the stream like 3 times. If he's the kid I'm thinking about, you're the one with that streamed the sit and go, right? You chopped the sit and go last week on Friday, and your mom was watching because Jay won the crazy pineapple, and Anthony took second, and Big Fish took third. If it's who I think it is. All right, Joseph's got ace king. Jeep makes it $20 with pocket eights. Perk calls with ace 10. Joseph
Just calls with ace king. Surprising and
I want
inviting.
a 3-bet in middle position, but he's going to play it a little slower. He doesn't,
Yeah,
like I said, I busted the WSOP. That's it. He goes by Derek. That's why I couldn't. That's why I'm like, no, it wasn't Anthony. I don't know who this kid is. It was some other kid named Derek.
Surprised Joseph just calls there with ace king. Invites additional players into the hand.
Which helps him now because he just made an extra $60. Vic's got $500 and the queen high flush draw. Joseph, top pair, top kicker. Perk's got a gut shot.
Yeah, there's a lot of turn cards that are not going to be good for Joseph.
We got to have big bets to thin this field.
Yeah, and so my thing is that if he would have just 3-bet there, he probably would have got heads up against Jeep, heads up, and then C
And now
barrel
he's way ahead.
Yeah, and C bet barrel this flop here.
Oh man! But as played, he's going to make a much bigger pot if it holds.
Yeah.
Or lose a much bigger pot if it doesn't. High variance. We're going to lose everybody. We're going to go heads up. It's top against flush draw. 2 of the hearts have been folded.
King here.
Oh, trip kings.
I would like to see him bet big here to deny equity against some additional straight draws and heart draws.
That takes the ace of hearts and the king of hearts out
Good
of play.
size. Bet about 55% good butt.
It does work. I love all of that hand except for the pre-flop float.
Yeah.
But like I said, it worked out better for him being results oriented. I 3-bet with ace king.
Yeah.
Like roughly 100% of the time.
Yeah, yeah. Unless the guy's like 90 years old and he's never opened a hand, I'm
Yeah.
just like cold calling there. But yeah, pretty much I'm 3-betting.
Yeah, when it goes 20 call, it's going to be 100 now. So yes, Anthony / Derek was on our live stream last Friday, and I think you did another live stream after that, and then he kicked butt in that new pineapple tournament we just had Sunday, and I think you played in the $100 tournament yesterday, right, Derek? It's a good week for you, bud. Good weekend.
Yesterday was a rest. Yesterday was a rest day. Today was a rest day. I may grind a little bit tomorrow, and then I'm gonna take Thursday off and just get ready to fire Choctaw, Maine. Pew pew.
Wow, what's that buy-in? 17?
1700.
And you've got 1 ticket?
Yeah, I got 1 bullet, but I'm prepared to fire 3 bullets.
Okay.
So.
So you got 2 in the holster?
Yeah.
2 in the magazine?
Pew pew pew.
Let's go.
Everybody knows I have some fun sayings. The pew pews, the Yahtzee, ship it.
Fun stuff. We like to have fun. If it's not fun, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Shane bets 55.
I love Shane just leading out with nothing.
Ron folds.
Was he the pre-flop aggressor?
I don't think so. I don't.
There's so many Dereks in the stream. I'm confused.
Derek last night and chopped, but ended up winning. That was this Derek last night and chopped.
I don't even know what's going on.
Okay. So this Derek right here.
Okay.
So this Derek,
Anthony.
He came to play the $300 tournament on Friday, but we only had 3 players. That's when we had a big storm.
Oh, that was the tornado warning. That was in,
Right.
Gosh, we delayed the tournament like an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes.
So we only had 3 players, and I said, hey guys, I want to test the stream with the new flop cam. Would you guys mind playing the sit and go? And so some of the dealers, because we were overstaffed, so some of the dealers clocked out, and I had a 9-player sit and go that Anthony / Derek ended up chopping, and then Sunday he got second place against Jay, and like I said, Big Fish was third, and then this Derek got second last night. Oh, chopped, but ended up winning. So nice. All right, Perk.
Perk not playing a ton of hands here.
He's getting beat up a little bit. He's down to just under $200.
So here's the thing.
See, Craig was on his phone, so he messed up all the action. That's why I say, the most important job is the action tracker, because if you get distracted, it messes up everything. We don't know what's going on.
I kind of want to run the tracker next Tuesday.
You can. I'll fire Craig. Put him in the booth. Put him in the box. Put him somewhere else. I'm going to take his phone and put it in there with all the players' phones next week.
Right. I think yeah, I agree. Now, there was one time that I had Tanner, when we were doing the VPIP game while you were out of town, I was texting him, like, give the VPIP upstate statistics or this and that and the other. So Vic 3-betting his hand.
Yeah, I don't know what's
mystery
going on.
hand takes down
that
the
whole
hand.
hand was messed up.
Back here and available. Service, please.
That he was putting me on tilt a little bit.
Oh, the hue is? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to lower the camera angles now. As soon as we're done.
Rattle on the gun. Rattle on the gun, gentlemen. 8 call 5. 9 fold. 1 fold. 2 makes it 25. 3 is a fold.
Michael makes it $25 with pocket 8s in the hijack. Folds around a Jeep in the small blind with pocket 4s. He all of a sudden has a huge stack. What happened?
Who?
Jeep. Wasn't he just down to like 200?
No, I don't think so. I think he's been relatively.
Who did I just say he's down to under 200? That wasn't Jeep?
Pirtle.
Oh,
Rick
okay,
Pearl.
okay,
In
right
the
there in
center,
the
yeah.
6th seat.
Call 25 and 8 as well.
Okay, that's my fault. The other made-up name.
Influence action, you got multi-way pot.
I'm gonna listen to this table. He's trying to get him to check and butcher, slap the hand on that table talk.
Check. Going to the turn.
I want to see a lot of games, but I don't want to like pay all the fees every single time. I kept looking at the schedule. I mean, I'm going to that.
Looks like a 10 of clubs. 9 of clubs.
Yeah.
Didn't pick up.
That's a 9 of clubs. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, he's sitting there texting. Dude, I'm gonna take your phone away.
My brother was a huge Penguins fan, so I worked at Pittsburgh for a
2 of diamonds are bringing the back door flush.
Bet 35.
Or the front door flush, excuse me. Vic still with top pair. Jeep gonna bet with his pocket 4s, turning his pocket 4s into a bluff. Vic probably gonna call here with top pair. Yeah. I'm not terribly keen. I'm not terribly keen on the raise here. Not much worse is gonna call you there. They're just calling here.
All I got is a bluff catcher. All I got is a bluff catcher right here.
Brad telling Vic that he's got a bluff catcher.
We got pocket 4s. Is that good?
No, that's not good.
You want to show me one?
Table talk here.
You should call.
If you have ace king, I'll call. But if you lie to me, you have to give me 100.
Guys having a little bit of fun here on the table talk.
Oh.
Jeep making the correct fold here.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know. Not a good fold.
Buttons right.
And you got like jackknife.
When's the next crazy final tap?
Sunday. The problem is we can't stream on Sunday.
Fun day.
The Sunday Fun Day
Sunday Fun Day?
because the Next Gen boys are coming in every Sunday.
Yeah, so Sundays are reserved for the next gen guys.
Yep. As fun as it would be to stream a Crazy Pineapple tournament, we might have to move that tournament to
But they
like,
would-
maybe do PLO on Sunday and the other one on, because I can't stream PLO anyway.
That's true.
So maybe swap that with Tuesday. But Tuesday is my $500 max
Yeah.
game. I mean, there's just
The only day we don't stream is Monday.
Monday, and that's just a little $100 tournament that we just take a break from. I need a day off once in a while, and we don't even take the day off. We come in and do other stuff.
we come in and like set stuff up here.
I never take days off.
NDO baby, no days off. I always think it's funny how you and I in the morning will text at like 6:30 in the morning to wake him up.
In our group
sunshine.
chat.
Morning sunshine.
4 hours later, Min will answer.
30 total.
Vic gonna raise his straddle to 30 with ace queen offsuit. Shane gonna defend with 9-7
That's a-
offsuit in the. It's a good size because you're trying to squeeze and pick up some
It
bet
is
money.
a good size, especially when 6 people call your $5 straddle, make it 30.
Shane with the speculative call with 9-7 offsuit in the hijack.
I do stuff like that. He's got a gut shot to his
Yeah.
straight.
Vic should be, see, on a king high board, after that, should be barreling his entire range there.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
And then would have definitely loved to see him barrel turn.
Yeah, Vic should have bet that.
Now he picks up some straight draws, some flush draws. Yeah, small sizing.
Yeah,
I think
Shane
Vic
actually has the best hand with I paired my 9.
Vic gonna need a little bit of help here on the river with a spade or an ace or a queen. Still has plenty of outs. About 20 outs, 18 outs actually, I think, 18 or 19 outs.
Are we on the river right now?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Or did Vic bet 30 and we're waiting for Shane to call?
Yeah, we were on the
Yeah,
river.
we were on the river. He did have a flush.
And then he hits the spade on the river. Now Shane with a spade as well. Puts in a little bit of a small value bet. Giving him a good price to
$60.
call with a small spade.
Yep.
Probably potentially targeting,
The
like
7.
7 to 10.
Yep, 7, 10. Yeah,
There's
exactly.
not too there's not too many,
The 6 probably isn't calling.
Yeah.
But the 7 or the 10 are right there.
And as played, he doesn't, Shane doesn't have the ace of spades nor the king of spades.
Right.
So nice little thin value bet there on the river.
That's something I need to work on.
Yeah.
Where when you have the third best hand possible, but you're afraid of getting raised, then I just check back.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like sometimes sizing is really, really. We talked about block betting a little bit,
Right.
and so it's really you have to choose your sizing. It's important because you don't want to bet too small where it looks weak, where you're going to get check raised, or you're going to get raised, and then you're going to have to fold a hand that
Right.
has some showdown
That has
value.
showdown value.
That has showdown value,
Yeah.
but
Michael's got a wall
yeah.
going on with his 1500. He's tripled up since we started 2 hours ago.
So I talked about this earlier. He was showing us he has a YouTube poker channel
Yes, yeah.
in Finnish, so I didn't realize he was from Finland.
Yes.
So obviously I didn't understand like what he was saying
Yeah.
or not saying what's showing me.
But yeah, he's showing you hieroglyphics.
Right.
For the most part, we like okay, cool. But he's he's kind of YouTube famous over there, and we asked if he was going to share this, and he said, "Well, let's see how I do."
Yeah, he's like if I get some big ends.
He's definitely sharing it now.
So to answer your question, no, Anthony. The max you could buy in on this game was 500. So we had a couple people buying for 300 in between three. I think the shortest buying was 300.
There were 2 people bought him for 300, and everybody else bought him for 500.
Yeah.
Vic bought in for 500 on an outer table, ran it up to 800, brought the 800 with him, and then lost a big stack to
Right.
one of the players who then did a little hit and run that we were giving him a hard time for. And Vic's down to about 500 again. So no, the answer to your question, they did not all have to start off with the same amount. The maximum was 500 though, which is what really matters.
Oh, I don't think the YouTube stream's popping up.
Okay. So it did back there. Let's refresh this chat.
I just got a text.
Are we missing YouTube? So we're getting Facebook chats, but not YouTube chats. Is it still streaming on YouTube?
Let me double check. I would imagine that it is. And yes, we have had a lot.
Say hi on YouTube. See what happens.
Okay, so Cup is here, pinball and beer is here, poker ski is here.
7 calls 20.
I totally missed all the chat.
It's not popping up on our view, and I don't want to quit to
Right.
fix it. So
Yeah, some saying the cameras are jumping too quickly, and that's a function of the.
that's because we have so many cameras.
Yeah.
Check and see too. Checks around.
Oh, turn off the volume there because it's going to loop back.
Hi, yeah, you talking about here?
Yeah. I could hear it coming through
Yeah.
here. So Joseph has a gut shot. Joseph and Mikhail both do. They need.
Oh, we got some spam.
Oh no, gotta delete those.
69xxx.live.
Oh, that's I wanted actually.
Nathan
I've been
with
alone
open
too long.
turning open ender here.
Yeah, he's
Gonna
got top
bet.
pair with an open ender.
Nobody with much of anything.
Nope. We just had a
Good bet
couple of
here.
people with overcards and gut shots, and everybody folds, and Nathan takes it down.
So for those of you in the YouTube chat, apologies because usually
Yeah.
on our chat screen here, we have 2 screens in our booth here. So one that has actual action and left screen that we can kind of control some of the, action, so to speak, and whatnot, but also see the stream, the live chat as well. And only Facebook is showing up, and I was just made aware of it via text.
At first, it was YouTube.
Yeah, and then with Facebook.
And we went and looked at Facebook, and
So
and
I am, trying to see a poker ski. Gonna be firing the main this weekend. A Choctaw. Pew pew. I don't know. Three bullets. Depending on how I play, I may fire 4. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money.
that's
But,
a lot of money.
so 3. I'll fire 3.
Calls 5.
I wonder if I'm gonna try something. So
Tammy said to write down the site before I block it, but I already blocked it.
Oh,
I had deleted. Oh no, it's not. I gotta remove it. I gotta report it. I'll screenshot it for him, Tammy.
I've already got it.
Okay. Pinball and beer. Yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna try something, guys.
Yeah, let's see. He's gonna. Oh, there we go. We got the YouTube.
Oh, it just popped up.
We got the tube.
Weird.
Sounded
Okay.
so bad. We got the tube. Oh my gosh. The flop with 2 spades and an 8 and 2 8s. Shane with the best hand with 7s. But Vic flopping open ender. Probably gonna peel one at least.
All right. There. Now I've just to test it. I added the chat to the screen. What do you think about that? We used to do that.
I'm not a fan of it.
I'll get rid of it.
I think it makes it too cluttered.
Boom. Why I originally did it was so
Gets
that
there. Gets there, turns the open ender with 9-7.
Vic needs a 7.
I would like to
Excuse
see
me.
you use a small sizing for value here.
Shane needs a 9 to chop it, a 7 or an 8.
Third pot?
To get a
Ooh, that's a big
boat.
bet there. Unless he's trying to specifically target an 8. Now, if that's what he's targeting, now there's not too many 8x combos.
Or he's trying to get the flush draw away from there.
Or trying to get the flush draw away from there. So there's, you know, for those of
Shane
you,
does fold 2 7s.
yeah, for those of you in the chat, you know, that are relatively new to poker, they're your recreational type player. You bet for 3 reasons. You bet for value, you bet to deny equity, and you bet as a bluff. So there, he could be betting for value, or could be betting to deny equity. Obviously, not betting to bluff because
Because he had it.
yeah, I mean, he doesn't have the nuts because there's boat
There's
combinations.
boats out there.
Jack 8, 10 8,
Quads.
yeah.
Jack,
I mean,
Jack.
if he has quads, he's definitely not using that sizing.
Right.
Or even a boat, he's not having that. But probably doing a combination there to bet when check 2 on the button in position to both deny. Well, it could be to deny equity or to value an 8 or maybe even an overpair. So takes it down.
I got a straddle under the gun. 4 folds, 5 folds.
Okay, so I'm watching the YouTube right now.
Yes.
And it's
I think
current, so we're behind. Like, if, I'm assuming the chat's gonna pop up there in a second. Maybe not.
Right here, it's
Yeah.
about 20 seconds behind.
Okay. Then it's more than 20 seconds behind because it was about 2 minutes ago. Well, I guess we'll find out in a second.
Are they saying stuff after ship
Yeah.
it? Okay.
So Pinball and Beer said something. Tammy said something twice.
Yeah, I've got that. Oh, more?
Yeah, there's more after that.
Oh, okay. Alrighty then.
So Tammy, the last thing
There comes ship
There
it.
it goes.
Ooh, I just opened it in Facebook so I can see what everyone says. Figured out this algorithm. Yeah, I like it. So Nathan flops an open ender. Shane
Now this
flops
is-
a gut shot.
This is the board I like to raise on. Gets there.
He does hit his open ender, but that gives Shane a pair of 3s, bottom pair. Now he needs a 5 to chop it. I like the way
Oh, camera 7. Good sizing there for value.
Yeah, 15 minutes ago I turned on that for a little bit.
Double blocking the nuts. Let's see what happens on the river. And he also has a 5 of spades, so making less likely that Shane's on a spade draw. King of clubs, that
Doesn't do anything for him.
it's obviously not going to do anything. Let's see if Shane uses that king.
No.
He's going to check.
173 in the pot. I want to see another $50 bet.
Probably going to be target 75 to 85 is probably
I mean, nothing gets there, so all of his draws miss, so it doesn't matter.
pretty big bet.
It's too big.
135.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's too big.
really big.
2/3 size bet.
I mean, I don't hate it if he's putting Shane on.
Yeah, I mean, based off that line and based off, there's not too many combinations of hands that Shane has here that he could call with.
No.
Would have liked to seen a smaller bet for value, maybe somewhere in the $60 to $85 range to target.
Yeah, that's
No,
why I
top
was saying
pair or
50
something like
because
that.
I just bet 50 and he called it. I'm gonna just bet 50
Yeah.
again. Here's our VPIP percentage, and now everybody's VPIP is a lot higher. The voluntarily putting in money into the pot. Shane's still up around 55, but Jeep, Michael, and Perk have all joined him with 25, or not joined him, but have increased their VPIP to 25%, which is more along what it should be, what it usually is. And there's a shot of our outside tables and our PLO tournament right there. We see Dakari dealing, and it looks like some familiar faces. At the final table.
Bow, 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 bow. 15.
Nathan makes it 15 from the cutoff with ace 4. Shane calls from the big blind, defends with queen jack, an extra 13. Comes out tray 5-10. And I want Nathan to just continue. He checks behind. Now it's going to be hard to tell the story. I thought you were on a coffee run. Oh. Oh, so he does bet. Okay, I thought he checked. Perfect. That I like that way better. Oh, that was a turn bet. Never mind. Okay. So, all right. The action tracker's messed up. We're on the river already. It went check on the flop, and then Nathan bet 25, and Shane called, and then the river came out, and Shane leads for 50.
I'm not sure what's going on in this hand. I know you kind of talked about it.
So we're on the river. The flop went check, and then Nathan went 25 on the turn, and Shane called, and then the river came out, and Shane just bet 50 in position in the small blind. Ooh, and he calls. And the river was a 4, which made no sense to Shane. It made no sense why he would check, call, bet. And here our camera's messed up, and I already hit go 15 minutes ago.
Gotcha.
And that's the problem is if we don't catch this right away, we don't see anything for 15 minutes, so we're stuck until this. Oh, and then we got Scott in the
Minnesota
box.
Scott.
Minnesota Scott, best
For the
in
last,
the business.
Yeah.
He's gonna close out for us
Captain of the varsity team here.
for sure.
Here's our chip count. Vic with overwhelming chip lead. Almost double the next. Oh, Mikhail, sorry. Almost double Vic.
Yeah.
Vic.
And I'm excited. Vic came with 800, dropped down to 400, built it back up to almost 800. So, way to go, Vic. Pinball and Beer says Twitch is ahead by about 20 seconds. And Tammy says, that's what she said.
Gonna have to ban Tammy from the.
Oh my goodness, that's
Gosh,
inappropriate behavior.
inappropriate behavior. I'm gonna have to report. So I can click on. I can click.
Click on ban for 5
No,
minutes.
I can put report and unwanted commercial content or spam, pornography or sexually explicit material.
That's it.
That's it. Okay.
Sexually explicit. Dan makes
Hate
it
speech
$20.
or graphic violence, misinformation or harassment or bullying.
Better hurry up and hit cancel before
Yeah.
you accidentally ban her.
Yeah.
Dan makes it $20 in the cutoff. Oh, what a horrible flop for queens.
Yeah, he's still gonna have the barrel though.
I hate it. Joseph and James both have bottom pair. It does check around.
Because I'm assuming that the big blind defended in the cutoff limp called, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is definitely board you barrel.
Yeah.
And in fact, I'm probably double barreling here, but that's just me as a player.
And now, I don't know what I do. It goes check, and then bet 20 call, and
Such a small sizing, bets 20 into 100, bets.
well, he's got
pot.
bottom pair on the flop, and it comes out 3-3. If you're bluffing, you got to make it bigger. He's like, is my 9 any good? He actually was value betting his 9.
Yeah.
That's why he bet so small. He's like, I want to get a caller here.
But
It might have been a value block where he set his own price to call.
right.
You know, he didn't want to check and then let Dan bet 100.
And if that's, there's sometimes I do that, like where some stuff gets there on the river, so I kind of block bet to see what the player does.
If I get the sense somebody's doing that, I like triple their bet.
Like bet like 1/10, 1/20th pot. I'm not 1/10, 1/5 pot somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, sometimes I do that as well. So if I
And
see
then
somebody
just
block
gets-
bet and just like raise them.
You just spike it on him.
Yeah.
Boom.
I don't do that so much in cash because everybody calls in cash, but in the tournament I'll do it because there's a lot of
In
people.
a tournament, they have to fold.
Like I said, this past Sunday when I finished 20th in the Gargantuan out of 1,000, like I bluff, like I check call flop, check jam bluff, the turn.
Whoops.
Guy had the nuts. I was just like, good game. Now, in my defense, I defended the big blind, and it was an 8 high board. So my check call, check jam actually
All
makes
spades.
sense.
King 7-5 checks
checks
around.
around. Brings in the 9 of clubs.
And that sequence 15 minutes ago is what locks up the cameras. Just the it's acting so fast. I really need to talk to the software programmer in Australia and figure out a way we can fix that.
Straddle from the 7 seat, Craig.
Scott doing a great job of telling Craig when there's a straddle on. You gonna be okay? You want a cough drop?
Yeah. Do we still have cough drops?
I do. I got my whole Kim Stone medical bag with me.
Gosh, he came in so clutch during the bash
Oh,
with
man.
the Theraflu and
We just sat here passing Rona back and forth, and
Dan and Mikhail with both mid-pocket pairs looking to set mine here. After Nathan opening up middle position with a king-queen offsuit. It's gonna go multi-way to the flop. It looks like 6 ways to the flop.
Texas heads up.
X6 heads up.
He threw a little accent in on that.
Oh, wait a minute. Joseph with ace-king. What is going on
Wow.
here?
Ace King 8-8 9-9. Queen 10's gonna get in there for no reason. I mean,
Man, if I'm ace-king,
everybody else
I'm
is
like,
playing.
I'm squeezing to like 125,
King,
150.
queen. 5, 6, 7. That's got to
And
be a
this-
great flop for Michael with an overpair and a straight draw.
Based off this action, this board actually hits like everybody in some capacity.
Oh.
Like, you know, really to a certain extent. Now, Vic flops the bottom end of a straight.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Wow, he just flops a straight.
So, oh, Mikhail gonna turn his 8s into a bluff.
No,
Open-end.
I'm thinking I have Mikhail. If I'm Mikhail, I got the best hand.
Yeah, let's see Vic go
I
in
got
there.
an overpair and open ender. I'm putting all my money
Oh
in.
my goodness! I'm
Of
not.
course. Oh, and he's got second chips. This is gonna hurt Michael.
Michael's never.
Wow,
Michael's
what a
never called.
great hand.
I'm not a big fan of the.
Of the shove with the under straight.
Yeah, not with a check jam all in to made it $70. He 10x his. He 10x those.
It's gonna work.
Well, of course it's gonna work.
No, I mean he's gonna get called.
No, he's not gonna get. No, he's not.
You don't think so?
No way he's calling here. What else is he check jamming with?
A set?
You're behind a set.
I know, but a 4, an 8, or a 9, and you're ahead.
Yeah, but mathematically you're not getting the odds to call here. So
4, 8, 9, 10.
If
10
you're
outs twice is 20, 40%.
I'll tell you this.
You're right.
If he's going to do this against a
You're right.
player, you're not going to do it against Mikhail because he's probably the most
Yeah.
thinking player at this table.
Yeah, I agree.
Not that the other players are not thinking players. My point is,
No,
you know,
we that was not an insult to anybody else at the table.
yeah. You know, I've watched Mikhail play on these live streams. Again, 3 or 4 weeks ago when we played the 2-5 VFIP game, folded queens pre-flop to Danny to a 4-bet pre-flop.
If he didn't have 700 more,
Yeah.
if he had 200 more, I'm getting it in.
Yeah, for sure. I was just like, at that point, if he makes it 70, he makes it 250, and he jams
Yeah.
for 250.
I'd probably even go 300. I'd
Yeah.
call another $230.
Because theoretically, you're double blocking the nuts.
Mm-hmm.
But again, check jam 10x. That's just you actually almost closer to 11x.
Yeah.
You're not getting the pot odds to call with a
Right.
draw, right? Like what worse is he gonna call you? Nothing.
No.
Like even if he has an overpair, he's folding, right? 2 pairs folding. Hell, like if I'm Mikhail and I have a set, I'm probably folding.
I'm not folding the set.
Yeah, bottom set I'm folding. Middle set I go. Top set I'm calling with probably.
That was the one sweat where I held yesterday. I flopped bottom set against a guy who had top pair and a flush draw, and we got it all in. And it came out ace-ace, so I ended up with a boat. But
Again, looks like we're at Texas heads up. 4 ways to the flop. Shane with a piece of this. James with a gutter to a straight. Perk also with a gutter to a straight.
Top pair for Shane in the hijack.
James gonna float in position.
2 overcards and a gutter.
And 2 overcards. I'm okay with that float. Would have preferred to see him float with like Queen Jack suited. Queen Jack suited, like Queen Jack of Spades or Queen, you know.
What's Perk gonna do with middle pair and a gutter?
He's gonna have to fold out of position.
It's only $40 and 160 in the pot. He's getting 4 to 1 on his money.
Yeah,
he does
but
fold.
But that's a spot with being short stack. You're gonna have to ship in your chips and just hope for the best. Playing that hand out of position, strictly to hit a 4-outer.
All right. Now we're heads up. Oh, and he gets it.
Yahtzee.
Shane needs a queen, and there's only 2 left in the deck. Wow. Calls with a gutter and 2 overs and just gets there.
Pew, pew, pew. Coming up.
And they're both so short stacked. There's 200 in the pot. They both have just under 300.
Let's see if James Rainser just calls. Okay.
Yes, yes.
I'm on board for either thing. For either. 8. Now board pairs. Gonna potentially freeze up some action here. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, it's tough.
Shane has about a
James is
stack the
never
pot.
folding, but
Yeah.
Shane might get away from it now.
stack the pot ratio for Shane about 1.1. James with just about 0.8, 0.7 stack the pot ratio. Gonna value bet
I
half
like
of his
it.
stack.
That's
Yeah.
a good bet. It's not. I don't think Shane's gonna call
Yeah.
because the a better 9 beats him, a 10 beats him. The straight got there like it did,
No, unless he's putting him on.
and an 8 beats him.
Yeah. Unless he's putting him on a missed hearts.
He called 40 on the flop, not to get runner.
I agree. He could have a hand like King Jack of Hearts. I mean, again, there's very few combos that he could float, flop, and turn with. That makes
That
sense.
didn't
here.
hit the 10,
That didn't hit the 10.
and he could have just had 6, 7, and flopped a straight. Good fold, Shane. I really like the way Shane played that hand.
Yeah, Scallywags.
Straddle and play, Craig.
Yeah, we are definitely working on that.
What are we working on?
No, he said that cameras need to be zoomed.
Zoomed in or zoomed out?
Well, he says zoomed in. but-
Okay. That's what I said. Somebody said last week where they like it where instead of 4 or 5 people in the shot, they've got 2 people in the shot. It's personal preference.
Yeah. And we actually tried to white balance it, but it didn't work. So
What's he talking on?
YouTube,
YouTube? Oh, so I'm going to see it in 3 minutes?
something like that.
Man.
Yeah, Scalawags, this was a test stream to test out the new equipment. We installed all the hardware yesterday and ran a little bit of a test today, so we decided to opt to use this
Yeah,
as a little test and make the appropriate adjustments.
9 calls, 3 players. 1 check, 3 players.
Went 3 ways to the flop here.
Anthony Walton watching the stream. Michael with the top pair, top kicker. Vic and Nathan both with a piece of it, needing each other's cards to make the straight.
Nathan got some backdoor equity with backdoor straight, backdoor flush draws, flopping bottom pair. May see him float there. Does elects not to float.
We did lock up the cameras again, but I already fixed it
Okay.
15 minutes ago. We should hit the timer and see how many seconds it takes me to realize that locked up, like under 30 seconds. I'll take the under.
Under.
I mean, we didn't start the timer, so we're like 11, 12.
So I think we lower the cameras and zoom in more.
I like it.
Okay. Yeah. We'll do that this stream.
I think we're over 30 seconds now. So this one took me a little longer than normal. But at least we're not waiting 15 minutes like we used to do.
Right. Vic
And
getting there on the river. What's he value betting here, right? Check raise. Check min click, looks like. I think McKell makes the fold here.
Yeah, I don't love Michael's check on the turn. I was too distracted with the locked up cameras to notice it. He does call. Don't go broke with one pair, Michael. Michael and Vic have been battling. And Vic's taken the best hand every time. So he's up to 1,200. Michael's down to 1,200. It's funny how they both have 1,200. I think we discussed this before, where you can have a horrible night and be down 4 or 5 buy-ins and come back at the end and be down 1 buy-in and just be fist pumping that you did so well by only losing a couple $100 or whatever. And at the same side, you can be up 2,000 and lose 1,000 at the end and be mad that you only won 1,000. Romero likes the stream. Thank you, Romero.
Yes, Poker Ski, we are doing a 1-2 every week on Tuesdays.
That is the plan.
That is the plan. That's going to be our schedule. Now, with that being said, oh, wait. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the stream. Not the stream, the live chat.
The chat, yeah. It's something to do with Streamlabs is not showing us the chat, so I'm...
So, Scale, like, thank you. Yeah. So we installed all the hardware yesterday and then tried to make some adjustments today. We ran like a mini sit and go, but with only 3 or 4 players.
It wasn't a real one.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
4 people. I think it took a half hour.
Yeah, and so just to see what things looked like.
I got all the cards, made me look like a genius.
Yeah. Oh, flopping top pair with.
You didn't have to
top.
agree so quickly.
That's true.
You're like, yeah, you did.
Got Mr. Luckbox to the left of me in the booth here.
Wee.
GTO Eric, the what was it?
Hashtag chop block.
No, what was it? The almighty chop block.
Oh, the almighty. Yeah.
Yeah.
The almighty GTO chop block. That's a good fold by James. He only had 1 out. The queens and jacks were all folded except for the jack of diamonds.
Didn't have enough backdoor equity to continue there. Now, with that being said, I probably would have floated the flop with middle pair.
I would have also.
Yeah, and then assess the turn.
Because they don't always have it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people like to use ace.
You can't just.
Scared.
If you're folding a pair to any aggression, it's very exploitable.
Very exploitable.
I'm going to bet every flop.
100%. Yeah, and thank you, Scalawag. We're definitely going to lower. Actually, as soon. Yeah, as soon as the stream's, turn mine up a little bit.
Oh, a little bit more?
Yeah.
All
As
right,
soon
I
as the
have it down a
stream's
little
over,
bit.
I'm going to adjust these cameras. I'm actually going to swap out the camera for the 4, 5 seat, 4, 5, and 6, and get those zoomed a little more and drop the camera and zoom in a little more.
Wrong one? Grab the blue deck. Or green deck. Oh, that's the bad one? Oh, okay, got it. Got it. Okay.
I gotcha.
Craig just swapped out a deck of cards. They broke a card.
It's going to be a paired board with 3 spades out there. Vic's still in the lead with top pair, but it's a very scary board. Connected board, wet board.
Michael has the only flush draw.
Right. He's definitely not going to continue. He probably shouldn't be continuing with, just 5 spades. Oh, James going to take this hand. Did James take the hand down?
Scallywags, shots fired. I'm not reading that. I do appreciate it, though.
Yeah, definitely going to work on the technical stuff, for sure. This is our first cash. Okay, this is actually our first stream with all the new cameras.
With all the new cameras.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we installed, literally, I think, 4 or 5 hours yesterday of installing.
Shane pocket aces under the gun. He's got just under 300.
Gonna
Just
limp.
limps. That's sneaky, Shane.
Yeah.
I like it. Especially with James right behind you, making it 15 with queen 10.
The limp back raise here. Let's see what size he uses on the limp back raise.
50. Depends on how many callers he gets.
Yeah,
Vic will call.
75.
That's too much. I think 50 is good.
50 to 60. 50 to 60.
Unless Dan comes in. All right, now 50. Yep.
Would have liked to see him a little bit of a bigger size.
I would have also when Dan
60?
came in.
Yeah.
But 50's good.
Yeah. You definitely want to. The limp back.
Oh, Vic does call, and he's got Vic dominated.
It's interesting. Like. Interesting. Interesting calls here by both.
Well, there's
players.
130 in the pod. It only costs him 35 more.
Yeah, but
I
Dan's
don't hate
playing
it.
out of position here. Pops
Look
six-
at that flop. Still
Oh,
good with the clubs. AC deuce. Oh, very first hand I played in WSOP, I had ace deuce
Jesus
of-
fades.
of spades, and flopped 4 clubs or
Steve
4
Dan-
spades rather.
I think Dan's gonna lead.
Everything.
He's gonna ship it. Vic gonna fold, and Dan's gonna have to make the call.
Yep.
Shane's chip count is incorrect.
Yeah, he probably bought in and didn't tell anybody. An extra 500. It's a easy call. Oh, Shane's is incorrect.
Yeah, Shane's is incorrect. That looks like about, unless he's one of those is a black chip. It looks like about 100.
Shane's in the 3 seat.
Yeah, 130.
There's no black in there.
No, so it looks like 130,
here?
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he went all in for. 124.
Oh, I'm a ding dong.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
I lied,
Everything's
chat.
correct.
My bad.
Yeah, Shane went all in for 124.
Yeah,
Dan,
he has to call. He's getting punched.
yeah, you have to call. They are gonna run it twice. I like. That's one.
Double get there.
Nope. Just one. Chop
So, I am now a run it once guy.
I like run it once.
Yeah. And for sure, if I'm on the stream, I've even said the one time I played on the stream, I haven't played too many streams here, just because, you know, I want to give all these other players an opportunity to play the stream. I said, look, if we're out there, sometimes I'll run it twice, but for the stream, Max
Run it
Payne.
once, yeah.
Max Payne. Max Payne 1-2, Max Payne 1-2-5.
When I was in Minnesota and I had a club that was a raked club and not a timed club, I would let them run it twice, but I would rake it twice
Interesting.
because they're taking up that much time.
Are there casinos in Minnesota?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's only a few card rooms, though.
I gotcha.
There's only like 2 card rooms. And they're 4 hours south of me.
Gotcha.
So I run a private club. And I mean, when I say private club, it's like 3 tables.
Gotcha.
Did back, in the day. It was basically a big home game
Gotcha.
that I would rake.
9 raises to 60.
Nathan gonna 3-bet in the cutoff to hijack open. And I actually like this 3-bet with ace-10 offsuit to late position open.
I like it.
Now we know that. Oh,
It's going to
Vic.
get through. I was going to say, Vic's sticky.
Yeah,
wow,
but-
well played, Nathan. I don't know this guy.
Yeah, this is the one that
He's
a lot of-
impressing me.
The one that's kind of been contacting me about
Asking when he can play.
Yeah,
He wants to be on
be-
the stream.
Yeah, and I was just
I
like,
like it.
you know,
He's down below. He's $100 below his starting stack.
yeah.
And I don't remember any big hands he lost, but I remember a bunch of hands he picked up. So he must have lost a big one that I wasn't paying attention to.
We gotta figure out what's up with the chat.
Yeah, for sure. I just hit refresh and then it pops up again.
Right.
But we shouldn't have to do that. I think it's a live stream, or I think it's a Streamlabs glitch. But I don't know what it is.
Such a garbage hand, man.
Chat settings. Clear chat.
5 calls.
I don't know. FPS set to 30. The camera's coming at 60. It will look smoother.
I don't know what that means.
So yes, frames per second. I know exactly what that means. So all right, I'm going to do this right now. Put your timer on for 15 minutes. Oh, I can't. I have to turn off the stream to do it. So, yes, it is 30. It was at 60. Tiny was in here and said to set it to 30. So we did that. I'll change it back to 60 after this and see. FPS is frames per second. That's how many, as it's shooting, how many frames are in that 1 second.
I got you.
And we were running at 60, and Tiny was in here and said that to turn it down to 30 to see if it helps with the bandwidth.
I got you.
And Scallywags just says, hey, turn it back to 60. So I don't hate that. We'll turn it back to 60 and see if there's a difference, and you guys let me know.
But you can't do it midstream, correct?
I can't do it midstream. I have to turn off the stream, and that means we have to wait 15 minutes, and I'm not willing to do that. We've just got another, like, 40 minutes left in the stream, maybe half hour. Like, right there is our problem. When it goes check on the flop too quickly,
Yeah.
it goes back to the overhead camera and locks up our cameras. So the action trackers will have to be trained to pause a second before they do it.
I think I want on a tracker. Mix it up a little bit. Chip counts here. Mikhail and Vic, even in chips. Shane and Perk. Now Perk bought in for 300, so he chipped up a little bit. Playing pretty tight. Probably has the lowest VPIP at this table. I think if I'm playing this game, I'm definitely going to be towards the top with my VPIP.
In a 1-2 game like this, for sure. Here come a bunch of chats.
Hi,
35, 6 folds, 7 folds.
interesting. Obviously, you have people that know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Yep. Pinball and Beer says 60 is a great FPS, but it's rough on the bandwidth, which is what Tiny said.
Ooh.
Ooh. This is going to be a big one. Jeep is about to lose all of his chips.
Flopping trips with the Vic flopping the boat here.
He needs a queen
Yeah,
or a
just
10.
gonna call here. Gonna set the trap and get some. Try to hopefully get 3 streets of value from
for
Jeep
sure. Now he needs a jack
or
a queen
He has
or a
clubs.
10. No, he's got a
Oh,
boat.
good, he's got a boat. Oh my gosh.
Jack, queen, or 10. How did you ever win a tournament?
I don't know. I'm lucky. Gonna bet 40 to 152. Relatively small sizing.
I'm
Just
going to
gonna
listen
call.
to this. They're doing a little bit of table talking. He said, I didn't hit the jack and then bet.
Four bet 70, or 5 bet 70, either. And a call.
Oh, he just calls. Wow, he could have got so much more. Vic,
I would have liked to see him bet, raise a turn,
yeah.
and then probably check and then bet for value on the river.
They could,
Lost a little bit of value there on that hand.
he really did. They could have. I don't know what he was worried, because he was legitimately worried.
I mean, what combos of hands beat you there?
Yeah,
Queen Jack.
Queen,
And there's what?
Queen Jack. That's it, or Jack Jack.
Yeah.
Queen
so
Jack and
there's
Jack
what?
Jack.
There's 2 jacks.
Yeah.
2, 3. There's 6 combos left of Queen Jack.
If you've got Queen Jack,
And there's
I just
3
say,
combos.
nice hand.
3 combos. So there's literally 9 combos of hands that beat you there based off that line. And he's not gonna river a boat in the sense that like whatever the last card was.
4.
Yeah, because
something.
he's not gonna chase you down flop turn.
6 calls. 7 calls. 4 players.
Oh wow! All club flop.
Vic flops it again.
Flop. I mean, Vic is just
Running
getting
so well.
running really well.
Joseph and Perk both have top pair, but the 3 club board, 4
Yeah.
clubs now.
I agree with polarizing the range.
Yep. And for some reason we have YouTube chat again.
And here's the thing. By Vic playing this hand very passively, he's lost all his value.
Yep.
And he's not going to make any money on this hand.
No, everybody else is playing the board.
Yeah.
Even the 3 of clubs can't call anything. He's playing the board now.
He probably lost out about 100, anywhere from $150.
He
of
does
value.
show that he flopped it. Seven card flush. I've been in rooms that have 7 card straight promos and 7 card flush promos, like
Interesting.
kind of like a high hand promo.
Yeah. Losing the Facebook chat again, like I know you just said.
Yeah, weird. Now we got the YouTube chat back, but we lost Facebook.
Gonna have this camera angle. It's got a little chilly in here. Oh, that's why it's tight, because I'm interesting.
I won't tell anyone.
Greg, we're gonna have to get a setup. This raise at 20 from the 2 seat. Call, 3, 4, 5, fold. Call for
So we're not going to see the whole cards on this specific hand. Had some issues with some cards in the tracker on this one, so apologies to the chat. Accidentally missed this one. And again, this is the first stream with all the new cameras. Even though we still have these small glitches here and there, I feel like the stream is getting better overall.
It really is.
Yeah.
And
There we go. Got it unlocked. Kill with the best hand with just ace high. Has some showdown value. It's gonna check it. It's gonna go check on the river and pick a small pot.
set up. There's a field card set.
that's 15 minutes ago
Yep.
when Scott says I need a setup, which means I need a new deck of cards because
Something's wrong.
one
Not
of
right.
them is broken.
Oh, he's checking the deck right now.
Yeah, you can see that top card is he brought me back the bad deck. Yes, they do not have a liquor license, so you have to bring in your own beer. The first time I was here in February, I was like, wait a second, I got to bring in my own beer. You put it in your fridge, and then I have to, tip them to bring me my beer. And then I did the math, and I went, I love this idea. I'll buy a case of Ultra for $25. That's $1 a beer. I'm normally paying $6 a beer at a bar, so I tip her a couple $3. I'm only paying $4 a beer, so I really love the BYOB.
I do as well. Thank you, Scalawags, for encouraging everybody to like the stream.
Tom Harrison, dealer.
And I'll say that as soon as this stream's over, I'm gonna like get on the ladder.
fix stuff?
Go fix stuff. That's just how I am. I think that's how you and I are.
Yeah.
Like last night we were working on angles. I'm like, no, up to the left, to the right. Up, up.
Let's go.
8 calls.
James with ace king suited, gonna open it
1 check.
to 15. Gonna get some action here. Flops top here. I know people like to check and try. I'm not a big fan of like trapping in 1-2.
I don't at all.
Yeah.
Especially now you gave Nathan a free shot
Yeah,
to get.
Pick up additional equity, which
Yeah.
you did.
He can beat you now with a 4 or a 6 or a spade. And it's your own fault now, James. He does call.
And he does have top here.
All right.
See what Nathan does here out of position.
Yeah, he gives up.
I think it's gonna force. I wonder if. I'm not a big fan of James betting here based off the check
No,
raise.
I don't like that at all. I just check behind here with top pair, top kicker.
Yeah. You could be value owning yourself there.
Right.
Yeah, and so
One pair is not. I mean, James might just like make a crying call with 4-5.
Right.
You know, bottom 2.
it's not typically a line you play based off what happened on the turn there, just to bet river,
Yeah, I don't like
because
that.
nothing worse is calling you. So just check. You have a ton of showdown value, great showdown value.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing that could happen is you value own yourself on that river right there, and so just checking it down. No, nothing worse is going to call you.
Right.
I'm not sure what he was targeting. If he was targeting a 10, but
Yeah.
yeah, and maybe a busted draw, but a busted draw is not going to call
Busted
you.
draw's not going to
Yeah.
call. Maybe a worse king. A king with a worse kicker.
Could
King Jack.
King Queen, or was that no? Was there
Queen on the river.
Queen on the river, yeah. So King Jack, yeah.
Which is why you don't bet.
right.
He basically
Just a-
turned his hand into a bluff.
Yeah, just a few minutes left in this stream. Got about 25 minutes.
Yeah, probably 15.
So I'll go out there and tell them to say like 5 more hands or something like that. 3 or 4 more hands.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, just kidding. And just a few more minutes left in this stream. Again, this was a sort of a feeler test stream to see where we were with our cameras and our angles and the lighting. Definitely going to be making some adjustments post-stream so that future streams will be really good. And I believe Wednesday, are we still planning to stream Katie's
I'll
tournament?
stream Katie's game. It's a $100 buy-in tomorrow. First place is normally a couple $1,000. And I like to stream the final table of that. I think there's a 3K guarantee on that, and
Yep.
it normally gets a little better than that.
4 folds, 5 folds, 6 folds, 7, 8 ball, 9 folds.
Hand 72.
So it looks like we're getting about 25 hands per
Yep.
per hour,
Yep.
which is
It's
a little slower than normal.
It is. If you figure 2 hands, 2 minutes a hand, in 60 minutes you should get 30 hands.
Yeah.
We're a little bit slower than that.
And again, that's a function of the action tracker and
Yeah,
making
slowing down the action.
slowing down the action. So again, for those of you in the chat, thank you for joining us.
Like, subscribe.
Like, subscribe all our social media platforms. That's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. I'm just naming them
Yep.
out on Instagram,
Instagram and TikTok that I don't use,
TikTok.
but if you guys do, go check it out.
MySpace,
Yeah,
Zango, whatever it is.
Zynga Poker.
or whatever it was.
Justin Mondry, if you're watching out there, make it down to Dallas.
Just a few more hands left in this stream.
Yeah, you can see people are racking up.
Yeah. Let us know what you thought about it. Again, I know, again, we've talked about it a few times, but some of the scalawags mentioned some, dropping the camera, zooming in more. We're definitely going to do that.
Yep.
But overall, what do you all think about the stream so far? The quality of the content with overhead flop cam, and obviously going to be slowing down on some action.
I think if I know there's
Excuse me.
3-4 hands left, I'm going to play every hand at the end.
Yeah,
Like Vic left the stream. I mean, he just walked away. Maybe he has to go get a drink or something. But when I know, okay, there's only 4 more hands left, I want to play all of them.
interesting float by Joseph with this ace high.
Bet 45.
Not enough backdoor. I mean, he's got a gutter to the wheel, but 8%, 10% tops. One thing I tell people that kind of ask me questions about playing hands, like, should I float? Should I not float? If you're gonna float flops, you want to make sure you have cards,
Some kind of backdoor.
some backdoor equity, some straight draws, some flush draws that improve your equity position, and not just to float because you have if you have overcards on a low board,
I
face
mean,
up position,
some people might float just to steal it.
and that's if that's your intent, that's fine. Again, it's player dependent, position dependent, card distribution dependent, configuration dependent,
Stack size.
stack size, so many things. And I think what makes this particular stream on this Tuesday evening a little more difficult is that a majority of these players have never played a stream before, and I don't recognize a number of these players, with the exception of Mikhail, Brad.
There's a few of my recognize.
Yeah. So,
Everyone fucking folded. He tried to get an extra dollar. My first playable hand will last like 30 minutes.
Okay. Had to mute the cameras, or had to mute the microphone so we could cough a little bit.
yeah, so Scallywags made a point and said, commentators are good and interesting to listen to. Just needs more audio and video adjustments, which we're going to be doing. Background noise and people walking past the table to go smoke in the piano get distracting. So, you want to explain that? You want to explain that one?
So we do have pipe and drape that we're going to be setting up. It's already been purchased and delivered. We just have not installed it
Yeah.
yet.
I think we wanted to make sure we've got all the camera
Yeah,
angles and all that stuff
yeah.
squared up.
Right. My wife actually said that in August when the first time she saw it. She said, "You need to fix this problem." So we're going to surround that truss with pipe and drape.
Yep.
Make it like a little theater feel, like these guys are on the main stage. So Vic makes it 25. Excuse me, Mikhail makes it 25. Jeep makes it 100. Vic calls with deuce tray. Is that right?
Very speculative call here.
Now,
Flops a gutty and backdoor spades.
so look at this. It says 5, 6, 8. We don't know that because he put 4 cards down.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
don't know what 4 cards he put down. 3 of them. So this may or may not be right. If Craig looks over there and sees, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Let's
so-
look just for fun, see if we can see it in the overhead flop. No. Doesn't matter. So Vic told him, "I'm giving you action with deuce tray suited for $100." Wow.
What's that? Yeah.
I love it.
5 to call straddle.
Yeah, how do you put Vic on a deuce tray? Remember, he won that big one in the beginning with deuce tray when it came out, deuce, deuce, whatever.
That's right.
And he won that big pot. So,
I think he had deuce 3 of clubs that game.
yeah.
So
So he's got some history with the deuce tray.
Must be like a favorite hand type thing. I'm
I
just
know.
saying, there's
The
some people.
diaper.
No, the dirty diaper is deuce 3 offsuit.
Offsuit, right?
Right.
That's why I said the diaper.
Yeah. Oh, it's the clean diaper.
It's a clean
okay,
diaper.
fair enough.
I mean, I made that up, but let's go with it.
All these players with some hands here.
Everybody's got an ace.
That was Vic. Vic has
He
been playing.
makes it 100 again.
So here's the thing. Remember earlier he was flattening with an ace king with jacks or whatever it was earlier. So now deciding to kind of open up the game a little bit, like with 1 or 2 hands left. So
That might also be stack dependent, where he's up $700 now.
yeah. You know, there's some people towards the end of a stream or towards the end of a session, they kind of want to lock. They want to tighten up and lock it up.
And he just thinks he could just take it down. Show kings, they said.
I don't even know why I pressed the button because.
Yeah.
Here's our chip count. Shane all the way down to $92. Perk actually made up $12. Nathan down about $150. I don't remember what Joseph bought in for. Jeep up about.
I think it was
50 bucks.
500.
He's capable of both having something there and not having it. 5 to call, straddle.
How many players are left in that PLO tournament?
Don't know the answer though. Let's check.
All right, jump on. I'm gonna jump on Poker Atlas. It's a free download. You can see our clock. Poker rooms, tournaments, and
Maybe 5 calls. Or 6 calls.
we'll go to live clock, and we have 22 people started, 8 people remaining, so we are down to the final table in that tournament.
Stream it. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Nada Omaha. They wrecked my cards. Registration's still open.
No, it's not.
16 more minutes.
I'm not jumping in.
Dude, you could do it. You'll be at the final table. In a PLO tournament. 30K starting stack. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
What's the?
3 players.
No, I have.
I don't know how registration can still be open. Somebody messed something up.
It can't. It can't. There's no way it should be open.
It should have closed 2 hours ago.
No, because it started at 6.
Right. It should have closed at 8 o'clock.
Right.
And it's 9 o'clock. It should have closed an hour ago. But if I look at the live clock,
Registration closes at 8:50.
it should have closed at 7:10 or 8:10.
35 from 7. 8 calls.
Top pair here for Joseph.
Heads up.
Vic with the middle pair here. Hoping to get there on the river. Nothing happening. Joseph gonna probably see bet here. Or gonna barrel the flop. Or bet the river. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Getting a little tongue-tied here.
They're both the same. You could turn over either one. All right. Last hand, guys.
All right, last hand announced. Let's go to 10, he says. No.
5 to call.
Next week we can. Next week I'm probably not gonna be here.
I won't be here.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to be in Minnesota.
Interesting.
Raise.
So that was last hand. Shane leaves.
See if we can get a little bit of action here. Multi-way pot.
9 fold.
All right, pick one. I like Dan straddle.
I'm gonna go Joseph with Jack 5 clubs.
All right.
Who you going with?
I like Motown.
Okay, Jack
Oh.
5. Okay. Is there any threes out there? Anybody play with a 3? No player with a 3.
No, I like Joseph's now. Right now, Dan's ahead with top pair. Joseph with a flush draw. Oh, boat. We're done.
No Yahtzee. Game over.
Yep.
Dan gonna get
Done.
no value unless he checks.
6 calls.
Small bit in there. Everybody's
Wow,
starting
wow.
to rack up.
Why are they calling?
I don't know because
5-7. Oh, 5-7 bet. Okay. And then Pert calls with an ace, thinking
just
two
call,
pair
just
ace
call.
kicker.
Don't bet. Don't raise. Just call. Nothing worse is calling you. Nothing worse is calling you. Oh.
One raises to 60.
And we're done.
Well, let's see if Joseph's gonna call here, thinking maybe his flush draw maybe.
No, his flush draw's never good on a double paired board.
Yeah.
All right, well played. Dan has a $300 win, and we're done. So, I'm gonna go ahead and turn down this table microphone.
I agree, Scalawags. Like all these other rooms have a fan favorites. PhD needs a few players like that. We need to have some fan favorites.
I love fan favorites. Let's
Who needs a rest? Me or Eric or both of us?
We've been coughing a lot.
Yeah.
It's
And
been a rough,
I've been grinding a lot.
right?
Pew 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 pew.
Whoops, got stuck there. So yeah, got a lot of stuff to do. Got a lot of stuff to fix up.
It's a good start though with all the new equipment.
Really
Definitely
good start. I like it.
So very excited for the first stream with all the new equipment.
New cameras are looking
New cameras
good.
looking
Gonna have
good.
to white balance them.
I'm just gonna switch out this camera right here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Adjust the cameras, and good luck. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Katie's game, $100 buy-in, 6
Yeah.
o'clock. Registration open until 8:10, and Thursday, $200 buy-in for the deep stack, 30K starting stack, 20-minute levels. We're going to stream the final table of that. Friday, I don't have any plans. I would like to get a bigger game going if we want to play a 2-5.
I won't be here.
Oh, you won't be here for... Oh, no, you're
I'm
going to be
I'm
grinding.
Gonna be firing the main.
All right, we'll go from there. We'll figure something out.
Pew.
Good luck in the main.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully it takes you one bullet. You got any investors or just you?
No, I don't sell action.
Just you. All right.
Yeah.
Why would you? You just give it away.
No, that's true.
All right.
Hi.
So when are we gonna do the YouTube drawing? Don't know yet.
I'm gonna have to do it when you get while
In
you're gone.
December? You're gonna wait?
No,
2
I'm
weeks?
not gonna. I'm gonna have to do it while you're gone. Probably have to. I'm gonna have to. You know what I'll do?
Tomorrow?
Yeah, let's just do tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tune in tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do
YouTube.
tomorrow. And I need a tomorrow when I come here. I gotta figure out my schedule tomorrow.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll do it. We're gonna do it
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
YouTube drawing.
YouTube
Giving away
drawing for-
$2,000
Yeah.
and some change.
We need to announce it on Facebook that I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna announce it tomorrow.
We'll do it live.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Same channel. Oh, wait, let me turn this off for a second. There is our camera number 7 looking at the room. That's the final table of the PLO tournament, and there's a bunch of cash games going on in the background.
Looks like we got about 1, 2, 3,
It's
4,
looking pretty good on a Tuesday night,
6,
9
7
o'clock.
tables. Yeah. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.